Put your sliding glass door back in the top condition. Slider man, we make your patio door slide like new. Slide like new. Slider man.
Call Sliderman toll-free, 866-594-1969.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. The president is coming to Southwest Florida. He's expected to arrive in downtown Fort Myers Friday. We're working to find out the exact location and time of that visit, but it's likely going to be earlier in the day, as the president already announced campaign events in Ocala at 4 and in Georgia at 7. Today, students at Ave Maria University will return in-person classes. On Monday, students moved to online classes because of a coronavirus outbreak on campus. Currently, they have 19 positive students. None have been hospitalized. Most have no symptoms, and those who did have already recovered. Today, we're expected to learn more about the Lake O releases we told you about last week. The Army Corps will release water toward our coast sometime this week. They'll hold a briefing this afternoon. A proposed hotel and water park is expected to bring hundreds of jobs. Collier County commissioners approving a feasibility study for the development of a Great Wolf Resorts property. It would be near the county's Paradise Coast Sports Complex. It'll include 550 rooms, a conference center, an outdoor pool, and bring 375 new jobs. The results of that study will be presented to commissioners next year. Lee County deputies are looking for homeless people who need help. Homeless outreach teams, or HOT teams, will connect people with resources. These teams consist of a crisis intervention deputy, a trained civilian, and mental health professional. This comes after the city of Fort Myers fenced up Centennial Park for renovations, forcing out people who camped there for years. Some high school sports teams won't get to play because of COVID-19. One player testing positive, ending the season for Southwest Florida Christian Academy's volleyball team, and it led to the cancellation of the football team's upcoming game against Gateway Charter.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic's still pretty quiet in Cape Coral. If you're commuting this morning, as of right now, no complaints. Very nice commute over the bridges as well into Fort Myers. In Fort Myers, traffic starting to get pretty busy on that Daniels extension towards I-75. And Estero normal slowdowns on Ben Hill, heading south towards Corkscrew Road from Estero Parkway. And we do look great on the interstate for right now anyways, heading to and from Lee and Collier. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the pleasant start, it's going to be a hot afternoon, but all things considered, pretty quiet. A lot of sunshine, some clouds mix in. 90 degrees as we will be close to record highs. There is a slight chance for a quick stray shower, but most are dry. Few showers for your Thursday, overall pretty limited. Scattered storms as we highlight your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. More upper 80s for the weekend. Few showers Saturday, mainly south of the Caloosahatchee, with scattered rain and storms as well by Sunday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The 2020 election plays out here.
People show up to polls and they vote with a pocketbook.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's open enrollment season, and MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that saves most families about $500 a month. Google MediShare and see if it's a fit for you. When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds of up to a gig. Bounce forward on a network that helps keep connected devices protected. To learn more, go to ComcastBusiness.com.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? Tim Cooper at Health Plan Network can help. Tim has helped countless individuals and families here in the Fort Myers area save 30 to 60% on health insurance with super coverage. Tim recently saved a family of four $800 a month on their health insurance with a lower deductible. If you're uninsured, recently lost your job, on COBRA, or paying extreme rates for Obamacare or your work coverage, Tim will help you understand your options. If you meet the flexible guidelines for coverage, Health Plan Network will provide you the best coverage at the lowest rate. Their goal is to give you peace of mind and the utmost in healthcare. Go to healthplannetwork.net and see for yourself, or better yet, call Tim, an expert with 23 years experience at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712. Go to healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net. A premium personalized plan managed and designed by you, not the government.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you are here today. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live each and every day on YouTube. So glad you are watching. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And that helps to keep us going, both on YouTube and Facebook. So thank you for that. To Amy Coney Barrett and the hearings yesterday, the confirmation hearings. We're going to try to, let's see, today is going to be a discussion about common sense. What we heard yesterday from Amy Coney Barrett, we'll play some audio of why she is a rock star, why people have been talking about her since day one when it comes to the nominees that the president could have picked. Examples yesterday, the common sense of why she is qualified, and then the lack of common sense on the Democrat side when it comes to the questions that were asked. And maybe you'll get a chance to hear and see the angle to which they have been trying to pick to satisfy the base. Again, the most important thing to remember about the Amy Coney Barrett confirmation hearings is that when you hear Democrats going after her, it's not as if anything is going to happen to change the outcome. It is very likely that Amy Coney Barrett will be the next Supreme Court justice. It's all about, for Democrats, putting enough out there for their base to get them fired up and upset about this to the point that they will go to the polls. And you'll see what I mean coming up in just a little bit. If you missed our interview with Eric Trump yesterday, we will have that coming up at 6:35, a great interview, and we always appreciate the Trump family joining us. So that's going to be coming up. We hear that the president of the United States is going to be here in Southwest Florida on Friday. But yet we're still getting and waiting for more details on that. So as we get more details on that visit, we will have it for you. And also, I want to remind everybody that it has been incredible, the response, those that have been part of our Friday Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. If you were joining us last week, you remember that we had the helicopter flyover and we had the South Trail Fire who held the flag up on the back of the truck there and high flying. And it was It was incredible to watch as they joined us in the pledge. So many veterans have been joining us, and we would love for you to as well. So if you want to be part of the Pledge of Allegiance Zoom that we do together each and every Friday at 9 a.m. right after the show, we switch the cameras over from YouTube right over to Zoom so we can see you and we can be together. Then all you have to do is text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592. Text those letters over now, USA, to 239-479-5592, and we will send you a link to the Zoom meeting on Friday at 9 a.m., so we are looking forward to that. All right, Amy Coney Barrett. Not many people could sit in front of a bunch of senators who are getting ready to grill them on policy and their thoughts on what a Supreme Court justice should be, how they would judge on specific issues and that talk, and not have anything in front of you. What do I mean? Senator John Cornyn asking the question of Amy Coney Barrett right out of the gate yesterday.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Senator Cornyn.
You know, most of us have multiple notebooks and notes and books and things like that in front of us. Can you hold up what you've been referring to in answering our questions? Is there anything on it?
That letterhead that says United States Senate.
That's impressive.
No notes. No notes. That is impressive. She's about to be a Supreme Court justice. No notes. Everything you are going to hear, everything you heard yesterday, right in the noggin. How many of you could do that? How many of you could? I mean, I ask Jake questions right now, and I ask him simple questions, and Jake's got to check his notes. You got your notes in front of you, by the way, Jake? How are they? How are your notes looking this morning? You've got them all together. Let me see. There's Jake's notes. Look, he's holding up a pad. And he's got 5 things scribbled. You see, if you're watching on YouTube, you get to see Jake's pad.
6 things.
Oh, you are stepping it up, my friend. That's what we love about you. 6 things this morning. By the way, that was very strange. If you're joining us on YouTube, you get to see Jake's pad. See what I did there? His pad. Not suggesting that he lives in that studio. I digress. All right. Why is Amy Coney Barrett a rock star? Because when asked the basic questions about how she would look at a case as a Supreme Court justice, she lays out not only the civics lessons that you'll hear in just a second, but also the philosophy that we should all wish would be a Supreme Court justice. That is, hold on a second, can I see the cases and then be able to comment or judge on the case based on what is in front of me? She was asked about Roe v. Wade. Well, what about this? And it was Dianne Feinstein. Well, what if that comes before you? What if a case comes before you that has to do with overturning Roe v. Wade? And again, that's the narrative. Don't ever lose the narrative, everybody. That Amy Coney Barrett is coming to the Supreme Court to tear the house down. And I mean it's just everything. I'm talking about the United States. We're talking about getting rid of everything you cherish. You know, Roe v. Wade, which of course the taking of an innocent life. Can we say that? The ACA, the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. You know, the things you love and you hold dear. Obamacare. Is anybody holding Obamacare dear? Or is it, hey, this is all we have, and we're not sure what's going to happen if it gets taken away because it's the only thing we have, whether we have a choice or not. So again, Dianne Feinstein, what happens if there's a case before you that has to do with Roe v. Wade? And she says,
well, Senator, if that question ever came before me, I would need to hear arguments from the litigants and read briefs and consult with my law clerks and talk to my colleagues and go through the opinion writing process. So, you know, if I give off-the-cuff answers, then I would be basically a legal pundit. And I don't think we want judges to be legal pundits. I think we want judges to approach cases thoughtfully and with an open mind.
We do, right? Isn't that what we want? That's not an an answer that is given by Amy Coney Barrett to try to appease her base. That is the truth. That is the facts. Isn't that what you want if you're on the left? And the answer is no. Because if you are someone who is on the left, you look at a justice as a chance to change law to anything that you wish it to be. Now, that's an outrageous statement. What are you trying to say? I'm trying to say that the left wants justices that will legislate from the bench. How dare you say that? How can you give me how could you say that? Can you give me an example? Of course. Here's a simple example. You ready? The way that the left would do it is the same way that the left would stomp their feet and say, well, if you're going to pack a court with a selection of Amy Coney Barrett now to make it a 5-4, we're told, majority, a 6-3 majority, which John Roberts, then we're going to pack the courts on the other side. We'll have 5 justices, maybe 10 justices that we'll put in there as well. That's what the court packing is all about. Why is that even a discussion? Because you think they're going to pack the court with constitutionalists, originalists, textualists, people that will look at, like she described, each and every case, confer and talk to clerks and see what the case is, and then look at the Constitution, and then look at what is being discussed, and then make a choice based on? No. You pack a court, if you are on the left, with individuals that will soon become justices, that will be individuals that will legislate from the bench, that will do your bidding, will not do what Amy Coney Barrett is talking about. Chris Coons is like, well, what about the ACA? What if that comes up? What's going to happen then? What if there is a case before you that has to do with striking down the Affordable Care Act?
And I want to emphasize, just given this line of questions that you're asking, that, I am standing before the committee today saying that I have the integrity to act consistently with my oath and apply the law as the law, to approach the ACA and every other statute without bias, and I have not made any commitments or deals or anything like that. I'm not here on a mission to destroy the Affordable Care Act. I'm just here to apply the law and adhere to the rule of law.
You write the law. It makes its way to the Supreme Court. We take the Constitution, we look at what you have written, and we look at it together and say, well, listen, what you've done here is not constitutional. You can change it. But as far as what I see, this is what I see based on the Constitution. The left doesn't do that. They have no intention on doing that if they were to pack the courts or in the future send someone to the Supreme Court. They would legislate from the bench. They would look at the ACA and it's something that would question portions of the Affordable Care Act, portions of Roe v. Wade, which, by the way, if it's settled off, if everybody thinks that it's rock solid, then why are there so many questions about it? Because maybe there's parts of it that aren't, which you can change. And by the way, when we're talking about Roe v. Wade, can we just say one thing unequivocally, and it's this. It's not going anywhere. Because if Roe v. Wade were to be taken down, then it would go to the states, and the states would make the decision. And you can bet that New York, California, other states would be more than happy to pick up the slack and to do whatever it is that they feel like doing, to what degree, as far as abortion on demand is concerned. That's what would happen. It's not going anywhere. So let's take a break, and when we come back, let's play some of the other side. Amy Coney Barrett making sense, making a common sense to the American people. This is what I'm here to do. Something comes before me. I look at it. I check the Constitution. I see whether or not it is constitutional. And then we say, nope, it is not. Which, by the way, Congress, if you're writing the law, you can change all of that to make it right, to make it constitutional. But then what did the Democrats do? Oh, wait till you hear some of what they did coming up. And I guarantee you it wasn't any kind of talk like that. It was the bordering of ridiculousness. I don't know if that's a word or a phrase, but it just came out of my head, so it's too late. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. There's Sabrina Katz.
Davis Road in Fort Myers is slowing heading north of McGregor to Iona. The average speed right now is 14 miles per hour. Also getting busy on Summerlin heading north towards Colonial Boulevard, as well as delays slightly on Ortiz to the south of Palm Beach Boulevard. But we're up to speed on Palm Beach. Getting off of I-75 if you're heading towards downtown Fort Myers, all the way to Veronica Shoemaker is only a 5-minute commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Pleasant morning, hot afternoon, 90 degrees with a mixture of sunshine and clouds, slight chance of rain, but most of us will be dry. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Chicken giant Pilgrim's Pride says it's agreed to a plea deal with the Justice Department to resolve price-fixing charges and that it will pay a fine of $110.5 million. The world's largest movie theater company, AMC Entertainment, says it may run out of cash by the end of the year. The current pandemic trend of staying home continues. Americans receiving Social Security will get a 1.3% cost of living increase next year. The federal government says the amount is smaller than usual because inflation is subdued. The CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase urges Congress to come through with more COVID relief, and that without it, the economy could worsen. And mixed earnings from banks to airlines sent stocks lower yesterday. The Dow dropped 157 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Customers, students, and staff expect a new level of clean. Cintas has the essential products and services to help you carry out cleaning protocols effectively. Cintas performs surface sanitizer and disinfectant spray services to common touchpoints, installs and refills touchless hand sanitizer dispensers, and provides commercial laundry services to help minimize employee exposure. Give everyone the confidence they need to keep coming back. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
92.5 Fox News.
Donald Trump Jr. joining us.
Where the Trumps come to talk.
So the successes that you have of Donald Trump are because he won't let himself get pushed around.
Election 2020 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I taught my children and grandchildren about stranger danger, trying to protect them from strangers who may wish them harm. But now I find myself thinking that is good advice for people my age, especially those in assisted living or nursing home facilities during this election season. We need to protect our rights and our votes, and that means protecting our ballots from strangers. The best way to do that is to vote in person, but if we must use an absentee ballot, we need to be sure no one tampers with it or fills it out for us, and we should mail it in ourselves. If you suspect that someone is trying to stop you or a family member from voting or safely getting their ballot to election officials, you can call the American Constitutional Rights Union Vote Fraud Hotline for help. 877-730-ACRU. That's 877-730-2278. Protect your vote.
See, I like state-of-the-art. I like equipment, for example, to test your water like Pentair uses. There's a big difference. When Max comes over and tests your water, they use Pentair's more scientific equipment instead of that old-fashioned chemical way, which means you get better results. And the Pentair salt-free combo has a lot more advantages. It's the one that I have. It's practically maintenance-free. Just pop in a new filter each year, and it's easy. There's no lugging in bags of salt every month, and no timers, no electricity, no saltwater waste, no hassles. And Pentair's salt-free smart combo means you won't be putting in dangerous sodium into that water as well. So if you've got problems with your water in your home, smells bad, tastes bad, call now for your free Pentair water test. Call Max. He's your local Pentair water specialist. He can show you exactly what's in your home's water with their new white glove service program. They can even maintain the system for you. And right now, take $199 off installation of your whole home water system. So call them today, 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Call today.
And now, how to survive crazy fall weather.
Here's what I say. Look,
Joe,
stay in your basement.
Come on back down here.
Outside of your apartment.
We choose dark over light. And then and meteorology over weather.
That's enough now, Joe.
Get the fall forecast.
Sometimes it's wet. It's better to stay inside. Protect yourself.
Mornings and updates throughout the day.
Fall's like look.
Oh, Joe.
Come on, man.
On 92.5 Fox News.
You probably know Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Heroes nowadays can be anyone. And no, they don't have to fly, or have X-ray vision, or superhuman strength. See, in Naples, our heroes wear masks. They practice physical distancing. They wash their hands regularly. NCH Healthcare System and the City of Naples are counting on you to be a hero and wear a mask. Because in Naples, all heroes wear masks.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
I went through it. Now they say I'm immune. I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that.
I beg your pardon. You gave me COVID in the Rose Garden.
No. The guy.
Your invitation.
Kiss the beautiful women.
Led directly to hospitalization. When I received your invitation, I thought only smart people would go. But I beg your pardon. You gave me COVID in the Rose Garden.
No, I'm not doing it. No. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Don't forget, text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. And there you go. You can join us for our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance happening on Friday, right after the show. We do it each and every Friday, and we are excited for you to join us. All right. I didn't realize we were going to head to a break that fast. All right, coming up, we'll play some more audio from Amy Coney Barrett's confirmation hearing from yesterday, the Democrats and the nonsense there. You missed Eric Trump's interview with us yesterday. That's coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. You know, I come from a long line of builders. In fact, I can still remember my first day on the job, working for my dad. I thought because I was the boss's son that I would start out in the construction trailer, looking over plans all day. Well, to my surprise, he handed me a shovel and he said, start digging. And that's exactly what I did. He made me learn every aspect of the building process by doing it. So if that's the kind of builder that you're looking for, look no further than Big Island Builders. BigIslandBuilders.com.
Hi, this is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. I just want to take the opportunity to thank all of the wonderful employees that make up the Big Island Builders team. I constantly get calls from our customers with positive feedback. When I started this company years ago, I dreamed of assembling a team of professionals that would radically change the home building process. People that look you in the eyes, tell you the truth, and have passion about what they do. That is the Big Island team. Visit us at BigIslandBuilders.com.
It's Rockstar Harley's Sign and Ride event. 0 cash down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2021 on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 1.99% and no payments until 2021 on any new Harley at Rockstar Harley's Sign and Ride event now through Sunday.
On Good Friday and Sunday. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
I'm John Morgan. After my brother Tim suffered a terrible accident, the lawyer we hired to help us ended up hurting us more. We didn't know any better, and boy did I learn quickly that all law firms are not the same. The lawyer you choose makes all the difference. That's why over the last 30 years, I set out to build a different kind of law firm, now America's largest injury law firm, where every client is treated like I would want to be treated all those years ago. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter finds the right people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
With ZipRecruiter, we've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists.
And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Capital One checking and savings accounts have no fees or minimums, and a top-rated banking app that lets you manage your money anytime, anywhere, even from your favorite hiking trail. With Capital One's app, you can check your balance, deposit checks, pay bills, and transfer money from wherever you are, anytime you want, even when you're cooking dinner. Open a fee-free checking or savings account online in about 5 minutes. This is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Amy Coney Barrett has another day of questioning ahead at her Senate Supreme Court confirmation hearing. She denies Democrats' claims that she's being put on the court to help kill the Affordable Care Act when that case comes before the court next month.
I have had no conversation with the president or any of his staff on how I might rule in that case.
She won't say how she'd rule in any case in particular. President Trump says about her at a rally in Johnstown, Pennsylvania.
I will tell you, Amy's made a great impression.
He holds another rally in Iowa this evening. Joe Biden says about the president claiming he downplayed the coronavirus pandemic early on to not panic people.
Americans don't panic. Trump panics. His reckless personal conduct since his diagnosis is unconscionable.
Biden there in Pembroke Pines, Florida. America's listening to Fox News.
This is a Wink News update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. The president is coming to Southwest Florida. He's expected to arrive in downtown Fort Myers Friday. We're working to find out the exact location and time of that visit, but it's likely going to be earlier in the day, as the president already announced campaign events in Ocala at 4 and in Georgia at 7. Today, students at Ave Maria University will return in-person classes. On Monday, students moved to online classes because of a coronavirus outbreak on campus. Currently, they have 19 positive students. None have been hospitalized. Most have no symptoms, and those who did have already recovered. Today, we're expected to learn more about the Lake O releases we told you about last week. The Army Corps will release water toward our coast sometime this week. They'll hold a briefing this afternoon. A proposed hotel and water park is expected to bring hundreds of jobs. Collier County commissioners approving a feasibility study for the development of a Great Wolf Resorts property. It would be near the county's Paradise Coast Sports Complex. It'll include 550 rooms, a conference center, an outdoor pool, and bring 375 new jobs. The results of that study will be presented to commissioners next year. Lee County deputies are looking for homeless people who need help. Homeless outreach teams, or HOT teams, will connect people with resources. These teams consist of a crisis intervention deputy, a trained civilian, and mental health professional. This comes after the city of Fort Myers fenced up Centennial Park for renovations, forcing out people who camped there for years. Some high school sports teams won't get to play because of COVID-19. One player testing positive, ending the season for Southwest Florida Christian Academy's volleyball team, and it led to the cancellation of the football team's upcoming game against Gateway Charter.
Wink News traffic.
Davis Road in Fort Myers is slowing heading north of McGregor to Iona. The average speed right now is 14 miles per hour. Also getting busy on Summerlin heading north towards Colonial Boulevard, as well as delays slightly on Ortiz to the south of Palm Beach Boulevard. But we're up to speed on Palm Beach. Getting off of I-75 if you're heading towards downtown Fort Myers, all the way to Veronica Shoemaker is only a 5-minute commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the pleasant start, it's going to be a hot afternoon, but all things considered, pretty quiet. A lot of sunshine, some clouds mix in. 90 degrees as we will be close to record highs. There is a slight chance for a quick stray shower, but most are dry. Few showers for your Thursday, overall pretty limited. Scattered storms as we highlight your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. More upper 80s for the weekend. Few showers Saturday, mainly south of the Caloosahatchee, with scattered rain and storms as well by Sunday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You hear AC technicians with all kinds of fancy titles in advertising like comfort specialist, energy maintenance technician, comfort advisors, blah, blah, blah. So what's that all mean? It's simply a catchphrase for salesman who isn't an air conditioning mechanic. Real mechanics have real NATE certifications. And if your company doesn't employ NATE certified mechanics, you're getting a sales tech at your house for service. A NATE certified mechanic has been to real air conditioning school and is tested for competency. So you know that your mechanic actually knows how to fix your air conditioner and not just sell you stuff. It's easy to spot the difference. Just ask for their NATE ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours, too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. You can join us anytime you'd like, 239-479-5592. You can watch anytime you like on YouTube. Just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Type that in the search bar, and please subscribe to the channel while you're there, so it'll help to keep us going. Coming up in about 12 more minutes or so, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. We do it each and every day at 6:50 and 7:50. And also, anytime you would like to text the letters USA to 239-479-5592, we'll send you the link to our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance that we do together each and every Friday right after the show. We switch the cameras over from YouTube, boom, right to Zoom, and we join you together, and we do the pledge. So we hope that you'll take a few minutes out of your day to do that with us coming up on Friday. All right. The interview with Eric Trump yesterday, in case you missed it, among many other things, we started the conversation by talking about Joe Biden, and there he goes. He's doing it again. We're a little concerned about Joe Biden when he's not sure if he's running for president or running for Senate.
You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate.
Eric Trump, he sounds like he did it again.
No, we have
to... Are we doing this again? He said that he's running for Senate instead of president.
You're right. He did it again. I mean, that's what happens when you have somebody in government for 47 years. They use the same soundbite over and over. They're so rehearsed. I mean, it's literally that's like ingrained in his head. But look at some of his other mistakes. I mean, the other day he called Arizona, the great state of Arizona, he called it a city. He goes, great to be with you, great folks in the great city of Arizona, right? And then a couple weeks ago he said that, he and Obama lifted 740 million women out of poverty in the United States. Kind of interesting, Drew, considering there's only 340 million people in this country, right? But he lifted 740 million women out of poverty. And then, he came out and he said, by the time I'm done with this speech, he's giving a speech into teleprompters. I mean, that's the other thing. It's not like he's not on teleprompters when he makes this mistake. I mean, he literally can't figure out like the structure of a number where commas go and the number of zeros and if that equates to millions. But by the time I'm done with this speech, 210 million people will have died of COVID. I'm like, oh man, this is getting really bad. 60% of our country is going to be dead. And I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm not trying to laugh about it. In fact, it's actually sad to tell you the truth. It's sad. Something's wrong there.
Yeah,
something's wrong.
Yeah, there is no doubt. Look, we do have fun because it is funny in some ways, but it's serious in other ways because of what we're talking about. We're talking about the presidency. Many people have been concerned, Eric, about not just what the vice president is saying, but what he would do. And clearly we have others who are saying things like, listen, how long do you think that Joe Biden would last as president of the United States? Kamala Harris is waiting in the wings. She's coming in, and you can be guaranteed the policies that they will put in place are what you need to worry about. And talk a little bit about that, Eric. I mean, it's scary what we would say.
It's beyond scary. I mean, it's beyond scary. Listen, our family does not need this job, and we go out there fighting every single day because we love the American flag. We believe in standing for the American flag. We believe in our Pledge of Allegiance. We believe in our national anthem. You literally have a party out there that wants to reverse all the tax cuts that my father put in place, right, and then add an additional $4 trillion of taxes on top of that. So if you have an IRA, if you have a 401k, they're gone. They want to socialize healthcare, right? I mean, they literally want government-run healthcare. Kamala Harris has come out and said that she wanted to get rid of 180 million private healthcare plans. You see this war on law enforcement in this country for some reason, right, where Kamala Harris literally compared law enforcement to the KKK in a congressional hearing, and Biden's actively come out and said that I'd like to, reallocate law enforcement funds, defund the police, reallocate those funds to, other social programs. And listen, I could go on, but this is scary, scary, scary stuff, and we can't allow it to happen. Now you're looking at the Supreme Court, and not everybody's following what packing the Supreme Court means, right? And they're trying to confuse the message. Packing the Supreme Court literally means taking it from a 9-judge bench, which has been for 200 years, and adding 5, 10, 15, whatever they determine, activist liberal judges to the Supreme Court that would literally change our way of life. And they're attacking faith in this nation. They're attacking the Second Amendment. They're not, Biden came out and said that he wants to reclose the government. I mean, this is scary stuff.
Yeah, and the things that we would see take place. I'm always amazed that when the left doesn't get what they want in this country, it always seems like it's because it's the Constitution, that pesky Constitution, Eric. It seems to be in the way all the time. It's a pesky thing. And so what do? They figure out ways to go around it. They figure out ways to get what they want ultimately, where, this is something that people have so appreciated about the president, your dad, is that, the problem has always been that the left in this country, they play long ball. They'll wait. They'll wait it out. They'll get what they want. And nobody was ever around to fight to see the present day and what was happening and to fight now so that there would be no a doubt that if you want to wait long, well, guess what? We're going to fight long as well. We're going to fight all the way through, and we're going to continue to, especially considering something that I'm looking at your Twitter account right now. What's going on in California? Did this really happen? Am I looking at somebody who's filling out and bragging about that they're filling out 7 extra ballots in California?
I can't tell you, Drew, how many times I'm very involved with the campaign. In fact, I'm sitting in Michigan right now, and I'm campaigning all day. And I want everybody on the phone to know the enthusiasm out there. I did this stuff in 2016.
Yep.
Everywhere I go, I'm getting 5, 6, 7, 800 people. And I'm not. First of all, I dislike most politicians. I love one. I think there's one that's literally saved this country. But I dislike most politicians. The last thing I'd ever want to be is a politician. And I'm not on the ballot. And I'm going out and I'm literally just speaking on behalf of my father. I'm getting crowds. You wouldn't believe some of these crowds in these small towns all over the place. And then you have Biden, literally show up in Miami and no one shows up. I mean, he has a mariachi band. There's 3 people in the mariachi band, and they're the only people there, and they clearly paid them to be there, right? Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is crazy. But then you look at California, and I just tweeted this out a couple minutes ago. There's a guy on TikTok bragging. He literally has 7 or 8 ballots in a row, and he literally just goes across filling out, Biden, Harris, Biden, Harris, Biden, Harris, all the way across, meaning filling out 7. He's bragging, and he said, "Thank you very much, California, for sending me 7 mail-in ballots. I really appreciate it. Here you go." And he just sends a video of him filling out all the ballots. And it's disgusting. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. And all day long, believe me, we're coming down on those people hard. Within about 2 hours, as soon as it's time in California, believe me, law enforcement will be notified, and the Attorney General's office will be notified. And but I mean, this is what we're dealing in. The very system that my father said was not going to work, that was going to be rampant for fraud. All of a sudden, you're seeing massive fraud in. And again, you're in Florida. You're very lucky because Florida's a fantastic state, and they put an end to all of that nonsense, or most of that nonsense. But you see states like California, Nevada, and New Jersey that it's just incredible what they're doing.
Yeah, you worry about them encouraging things like this and not doing what you and others have looked at and said this has to stop. But let me ask you this as well. I'm sorry I didn't open with this, but I was going to ask how your dad is doing. But I got to tell you, after watching him in Orlando yesterday, he is ready to go. I mean, the crowds. It is exciting to see because that's to me what it is about, Eric. It is about the passion of the base. They are there. They are ready to go. They are chomping at the bit, ready to vote. They are excited to get out, and you can see it on display. It was fantastic. Oh,
you can. And I was in Wisconsin all day yesterday. Again, I'm in Michigan today. Yeah. I'm back in Florida on Wednesday and Thursday. Tomorrow and Thursday, and it's unbelievable. I'm telling you, the enthusiasm. And I did this in 2016. I did it during the midterms in 2018. I'm out there, like I see it. Yeah. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, when you're having middle of the day on a Monday, when you're having 700 people show up to a rally and their kids are dressed in "Make America Great" stuff, and I mean they have their flags and they're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. There is so much more love in this country, Drew. There is so much more love in this country than there is hate. It's not even close by 500 times. Now, you'd never know that watching TV, right? Because that's all they do is they fill the world with hate. But there is so much more love. People love this nation. People love law enforcement. People love this country. People love our Constitution. And they see the radical left for what they are. This is not the party of JFK. This is a radical party. I mean, JFK would solidly be a Republican today. And we're going to win. I mean, we're going to win. People have to get out to the polls. But I'm telling you, these polls are fake. There's more energy today than there was in 2016. And people just have to get out and vote. And if they do, we're going to have a great day on November 3rd. Yeah, agreed. And I know that this audience is ready to go, and they are always excited to see the president, hear from the president, and certainly you as well. And so I hope we get a chance to do this soon. We got a couple more weeks. We're excited. We'll catch up very soon. Eric Trump joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All the best, sir. We'll see you soon, okay? Take care, Drew.
Eric Trump joining us yesterday on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Always appreciate having the Trump family joining us. And, again, before we get to Drew's College, which is coming up in just a second, so get ready to call 239-479-5592. More than ever, as I talk to people, it is really a base election. It's really about getting the base pumped up. It's the reason why when you hear the president spending a few hours on Russia's program with Mark Levin and others, and you have the visits to Florida and the passion and enthusiasm as he is making all of these stops around the country. It is all about getting the base out as close to 100% as you possibly can, because there is no passion for Joe Biden. Where is the passion? And we all know that is the issue, is that it doesn't exist. And so if you can get close to 100% of your base out for the president, Joe Biden maybe doesn't get, maybe he loses 10% of the base, 15% of the base. They're just not passionate. Right there, all bets are off if you're talking about these polls that are showing, massive polls that are showing Biden ahead, which, by the way, Steve Deace is going to join us coming up at 8 o'clock. Steve Deace from the Blaze TV, and we will have a conversation with Steve about his polling numbers. He's been calling around all different kinds of polls and has found some interesting numbers. So Steve Deace will join us at 8:05. Looking forward to that if you want to get the real scoop on what's going on with the polling numbers. All right, here we go. It's time right now for Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. You, caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. Caller 5. Call right now, and we'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along. And Sabrina Katz has your traffic.
Davis Road in Fort Myers is slowing heading north of McGregor to Iona. The average speed right now is 14 miles per hour. Also getting busy on Summerlin heading north towards Colonial Boulevard, as well as delays slightly on Ortiz to the south of Palm Beach Boulevard. But we're up to speed on Palm Beach. Getting off of I-75 if you're heading towards downtown Fort Myers, all the way to Veronica Shoemaker is only a 5-minute commute. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Pleasant morning, hot afternoon, 90 degrees with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. Slight chance of rain, but most of us will be dry. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. For weeks, official ballot drop-off boxes have appeared at churches, gun shows, and gyms in Southern California. The local news is reporting they aren't official at all. The drop-off boxes were installed by California Republicans. Democrats who run the state as if it's their private country are really mad. The local news made its way to California Secretary of State Alex Padilla, who says it's illegal for anybody to operate their own ballot drop box, especially one that pretends to be official. Padilla says that anybody caught operating an unofficial drop box could face felony charges and a 2 to 4 year prison term. Republicans say not so fast, Senor Secretary. In 2016, Democrats passed a law allowing ballot harvesting. Voters can give their ballots to anybody they designate. That person or group can turn them in to be counted. Republicans sued to stop the ballot harvesting law, and they failed. So now, instead of fighting the law, Republicans are using the law to harvest ballots into these designated ballot boxes. The Democrats' heads, they are exploding out there. Alex Padilla and his fellow Democrats support ballot harvesting when they are collecting the ballots. When Republicans do it, they're threatened with jail. 2 sets of rules. One for Democrats, the other for Republicans. Separate and unequal. This is what it's like to live in a Democrat banana republic. When are people going to figure, why do I have to keep telling people this?
From acclaimed filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza, who brought you Obama's America, comes his most important film yet. Trump Card. America is at a crossroads. The Democratic Party's socialist agenda, led by Joe Biden, is threatening to take our freedoms away. In Trump Card, Dinesh digs deep to uncover why the threat of socialism is real, what's at stake if we let them win, and how we stop it. Trump Card, now on demand. Rated PG-13.
This is Joe. Joe thinks he's seen it all.
Gold-encrusted pork chop? Seen it. Cat with a dog tattoo? Seen it.
But when it comes to identity theft, Joe only monitors his credit and bank statements, so he may not see threats like new loans in his name or his info for sale on the dark web.
Didn't see that coming.
LifeLock helps detect and works to fix identity theft. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but LifeLock spots threats you may not.
Oh, now I see what you mean.
Save 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Eric Trump, who's joining us right now.
Where the Trumps come to talk.
Obama lands in China. They don't bring a staircase up to Air Force One. America's never been more embarrassed by what happened there.
Election 2020 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You know, we're looking out for hurricanes, and we said that this hurricane season was going to be busy. Well, now is the time to get with my friends at Generator Supercenter. They are the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. Now, I've had my Generac generator for years, and one thing I can tell you, it is dependable. It's been fantastic. And maintaining power in tropical weather, you know it's priceless. You got to have it. So get a free estimate today on your Generac automatic standby generator. Expert installation is available. They've got 24-hour monitoring. I am telling you that Generator Supercenter will never leave you in the dark. So why not give them a call today? Find out more. Call them at 204-3469. That's 204-3469. We knew it was going to be a busy hurricane season, but now is the time to get with my friends at Generator Supercenter.
Wake up with Drew Steele.
Donald Trump Jr. We named this county Trump County is what I've said.
I like it. If they're going to rip down all of these monuments, what we should do is get a bill going to replace them with a much sturdier monument of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you the destruction of public property would stop in about 2 seconds. You wouldn't even think about these things.
Weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Looking for a frameless shower door? My Shower Door has just opened their 8th Florida showroom, and it's conveniently located in Cape Coral. With more than 75,000 frameless shower doors installed, no one has more experience and 5-star reviews than My Shower Door. We've been named #1 by readers of the News Press and Naples News for 17 consecutive years and have just been named as Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, we go to Jeff. Jeff is in beautiful Cape Coral. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. How are you?
I am awesome. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Jeff, you know that Mike Pence is the vice president of the United States, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. Who was the vice president before Mike Pence?
Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's correct, sir. All right. You sounded almost like Joe Biden right there. You see what I did there? Okay. All right, so you got an associate's. Jake like that. Thank you, Jake. You got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who wrote the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner, that national anthem was written by?
Francis Scott Key.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Which amendment protects the right of the people to keep and bear arms?
The second.
That is correct, sir. All right, Jeff, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this very question. This Pennsylvania city served as the nation's capital for much of the 19th century. Pennsylvania. I wonder what city that was.
Philadelphia.
That is correct, sir. Look at you, Jeff. You are the smartest person on your phone. Congratulations. You got a PhD. I sounded like Bugs Bunny there. That's all, folks. It's a PhD for you today on Drew's College. So you're feeling impressed?
Yes.
Okay, or I am feeling impressed. Stay on the line, Jeff. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have you talk to Jake, which is a thrill a second, and you'll find out more about how you will get that diploma coming up. Speaking of coming up, we've got to talk about the election and here in the state of Florida, the amendments. A lot of people ask me, what am I going to do when it comes to voting for the amendments that are on the ballot this year? But we'll talk about them in specifics. What you need to know coming up next.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Yeah,
Dan Martineau here, owner of DR Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is DR Martineau.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program, which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Are you tired of all the Zoom meetings? Do you need to escape the stresses of 2020? Well then, now is the time to start enjoying the boating lifestyle, because life really is better on the water. And the open house event at Fishtail Boats in Fort Myers next weekend is the perfect chance to ride and decide what boat will take you there. Get a sneak preview of the newest 2021 boat models, like the Robalo 272, the new Chaparral 280 OSX, Grady White center consoles with electric steering and pontoons by Premier, all powered by Yamaha outboards. Take a vacation every weekend on your new boat before it's too late. Discover the boating lifestyle during the Ride and Decide open house event at Fishtail Boats in Fort Myers next weekend from 10 to 5. Social distancing with on-site displays, Garmin and Simrad electronics, marine industry vendors, food trucks, beverages, and more. On-site financing available. Fishtail Boats, US 41 in South Fort Myers, and at fishtail.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. The president is coming to Southwest Florida. He's expected to arrive in downtown Fort Myers Friday. We're working to find out the exact location and time of that visit, but it's likely going to be earlier in the day, as the president already announced campaign events in Ocala at 4 and in Georgia at 7. Today, students at Ave Maria University will return in-person classes. On Monday, students moved to online classes because of a coronavirus outbreak on campus. Currently, they have 19 positive students. None have been hospitalized. Most have no symptoms, and those who did have already recovered. Today, we're expected to learn more about the Lake O releases we told you about last week. The Army Corps will release water toward our coast sometime this week. They'll hold a briefing this afternoon. A proposed hotel and water park is expected to bring hundreds of jobs. Collier County commissioners approving a feasibility study for the development of a Great Wolf Resorts property. It would be near the county's Paradise Coast Sports Complex. It'll include 550 rooms, a conference center, an outdoor pool, and bring 375 new jobs. The results of that study will be presented to commissioners next year. Lee County deputies are looking for homeless people who need help. Homeless outreach teams, or HOT teams, will connect people with resources. These teams consist of a crisis intervention deputy, a trained civilian, and mental health professional. This comes after the city of Fort Myers fenced up Centennial Park for renovations, forcing out people who camped there for years. Some high school sports teams won't get to play because of COVID-19. One player testing positive, ending the season for Southwest Florida Christian Academy's volleyball team, and it led to the cancellation of the football team's upcoming game against Gateway Charter.
Wink News Traffic.
Davis Road in Fort Myers is slowing heading north of McGregor to Iona. The average speed right now is 14 miles per hour. Also getting busy on Summerlin heading north towards Colonial Boulevard, as well as delays slightly on Ortiz to the south of Palm Beach Boulevard. But we're up to speed on Palm Beach. Getting off of I-75 if you're heading towards downtown Fort Myers, all the way to Veronica Shoemaker is only a 5-minute commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the pleasant start, it's going to be a hot afternoon, but all things considered, pretty quiet. A lot of sunshine, some clouds mix in. 90 degrees as we will be close to record highs. There is a slight chance for a quick stray shower, but most are dry. Few showers for your Thursday, overall pretty limited. Scattered storms as we highlight your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. More upper 80s for the weekend. Few showers Saturday, mainly south of the Caloosahatchee, with scattered rain and storms as well by Sunday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com. Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
If you have sleep apnea and struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, irritable.
That's the cutest puppy I've ever seen.
Fatigued.
Can someone please help me lift this tissue?
Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
And even impact your long-term health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device placed during a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with TriFound with the TriFound Financial Team. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with TriFound, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Insurance products offered through TriFound Financial, LLC.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. By the way, it's also the text line for you to text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592. Be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance we do each and every Friday right after the program. Just kind of wrap up the week with you with a Pledge of Allegiance. We've got veterans that join us. We have families that join us. Last week, we had South Trail Fire. We had a helicopter flyover. I mean, it is incredible. And we would love for you to join us. So text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592. Be part of it. Also, you can watch us anytime you would like on YouTube, streaming live each and every day. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Subscribe to the channel. And this way, you'll be able to know when we are alive. And it just pops up a little alert, and then you join us, and that is fantastic. Coming up, we'll talk more about Amy Coney Barrett and the confirmation hearings from yesterday. She is making a clear-cut case as to why she would be the best choice, someone who is an originalist. She's going to look at each case that is in front of her. She is going to look at the Constitution. She is going to look at both and then decide whether or not what is in front of her is constitutional or not. And what we'd all like to see, and fair and impartial, that's what we're looking for. as opposed to the questions that were asked yesterday by people like, Senator Hirono from Hawaii, whose question was very, very important.
Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
Yeah, that's pretty much what the Democrats were doing. And it didn't get much better from there. So we'll have some of that audio. And you just need to know that it's going to be Democrats for the rest of this week that are going to bring up all kinds of issues to frighten the base, taking away Roe v. Wade, taking away the ACA, to scare them into running to the polls to vote for Joe Biden because, Donald Trump, orange man bad, blah, blah, blah. All right. Speaking of running to the polls and voting, you will be doing that very soon unless you've already. And a lot of people have been asking us about the amendments. Can you give us a little more information on the amendments, some details? And we'll do that right now. Jonathan Martin joining us, Leo GOP chair, and he is going to go over the amendments together with you, and we will figure all of this out one after the other. Jonathan, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Drew. I'm good. How are you?
I am well. After a long day of watching the Amy Coney Barrett confirmation hearings, quickly, do you want to make a comment on what you witnessed?
She is phenomenal.
She's a rock star, Jonathan. She's a rock star.
Everything that you would want in a justice.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's see what is on the ballot. Now, some of them we're going to go over quickly. Some of them we're going to get into more detail. So get ready, everybody. Grab your pens. And here, I'm going to go grab my pen, literally, in my hand. And we are going to write down each amendment, and we're going to talk about them. All right. Do you want to start with Amendment 1?
Yeah, I'll start with Amendment 1. This amendment states that in the state constitution, in order to vote, you have to be a U.S. citizen, and you have to be 18 years old, and you have to be a permanent resident of the state of Florida. So I think that's a no-brainer. We've been operating under those rules for as long as the state's existed.
Yep.
But I think there's some confusion. Well, why is the state of Florida requiring that voters are United States citizens? And I think this amendment comes out of fear that at some point, if we get the wrong Supreme Court, there might be Supreme Court justices that just decide to make it legal for anybody who's present in the United States to vote. So this would curtail that, and it would make it so that in Florida to vote, you had to be a U.S. citizen. And, of course, there's the movement by Democrats to let those under the age of 18 vote. So this would also protect us from letting high school students or middle schoolers or elementary students from voting.
The left would love, Jonathan, Democrats in the state would love for their elementary school kids to be voting,
Well, especially after their union teachers are telling them how to vote. If you see the emails going around just in our local school district, the union telling the teachers to vote for the Democrats in school board races, it terrifies me to think that young children might actually be next.
It's true. So Amendment 1, that would be a yes.
That's a hard yes.
Yes, that's a hard yes. Okay, Amendment 1, yes. Jonathan Martin joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, breaking down the amendments on the ballot this year. All right, Jonathan, Amendment 2 this is a biggie.
Amendment 2 is a big one, and this one is supported by that big sponsor of every radio station and TV station that you have the luxury of listening to in this great state. It increases the state minimum wage to $15 by 2026. And I don't think that for many of your listeners there's a question here. The business owners don't have a problem paying people $15 an hour if they're worth $15 an hour. But what this prevents is you going to McDonald's and taking or giving your order to a high school student who's working part-time as their first job ever and is developing job skills. This completely eliminates the ability for anybody to enter the workforce with very small skills. $15 minimum wage is reckless. We've seen that the do-gooders in Seattle completely destroyed their economy, and we're left with unintended consequences by increasing their minimum wage to $15 an hour. And Southwest Florida has a completely different cost of living metric than Seattle or the West Coast of the United States. $15 an hour is very, you're starting to get very close to what a starting salary for a teacher is. A teacher who goes to school for 4 years after high school who has to pass certifications. They come out and they're making $40,000 a year, but when you factor in all the hours they work, you're basically saying that somebody who is working their first job, taking an order at a fast food restaurant, pushing carts at the grocery store, should be making as much as a highly trained teacher or law enforcement officer or EMT. And I think that's a slap in the face to all those who have worked as hard as they can to get to a profession where they can help so many people.
Right. And so much to unpack with Amendment 2, but suffice to say, number one, examples across the country of how it has destroyed small businesses, number one. Number two, the business has the choice whether or not to pay somebody $15 an hour or not. And a perfect example is when people start jumping up and down and saying, well, these big businesses like Walmart, Amazon, and others, they're doing it. Well, listen, they can do it if they want to. It's not a government edict to tell them that they have to do it. They have the choice whether or not to do it, number two. Number three is a very important one that you brought up, which is the fact that these are entry-level jobs we are talking about. The higher your wage, the tougher it's going to be for those just getting into the workplace to get in, because employers will make the choice and say, well, listen, I can take somebody on who has a little more experience in the workplace and bring them in at that wage. And who does that leave out? So there is a lot to think about here. We've talked about this and examined it. So Amendment 2 is a hard no. No.
Well, and the bigger economic issue of inflation.
Wait, I lost you a little bit, Jonathan. Grab that, get closer to a window, or there you go.
When you talk about those who have saved for retirement, when you talk about those who have invested money in the stock market, tuck something away under the mattress, so to speak, the $15 minimum wage will cause a dramatic amount of inflation because, like we discussed, the hospital workers, the teachers, the first responders, they're going to have their pay increased, and when that happens, prices go up, taxes go up, everything gets more expensive. So the $15 an hour it's a short-term quality of life increase for those who are lucky enough to keep their jobs when their employers are forced to pay double or triple what they're currently paying. Mm-hmm. But ultimately what's going to happen is your savings are going to decrease. Your dollar that you saved is going to go a lot less further, and you're going to perhaps have to work a lot longer before you can retire.
All right. So Amendment 1 is hard yes. Amendment 2 is a no. Jonathan, let's get to Amendment 3. Jonathan Martin joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, as we talk about the amendments on the ballot for 2020. These are important. Write these down. Amendment 3. What is Amendment 3 about, Jonathan?
Amendment 3 establishes a top two open primary system for state office primary elections. I think this is the one with the largest unintended consequences.
Jonathan, do me a favor, Jonathan, before we move on. Are you cupping your phone? I just want to we're having a hard time hearing you on your phone there.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm sorry.
There you go. All right, perfect. All right, explain it once again. Sorry about that. This is Amendment 3.
So Amendment 3 establishes a top two open primary system for state office primary elections. So this doesn't affect your county commission race, your school board race. This doesn't affect the congressional race or the presidential race. What it does, it affects any race where the winner would have a job in Tallahassee. So your state rep, your state senator, and the governor and cabinet. So this has the most unintended consequences because I think there's a lot of independent thinking voters that want to make a decision based on the qualifications of a candidate and not just a party line vote. Mm-hmm. They think that there should be an opportunity for NPAs who have chosen to register for neither party. They should be able to vote for any candidate in the primary election. Well, what this is going to do, it's going to open up the primary so anybody can run, and then the top two vote getters in the primary are going to be sent to the general election. Well, the traditional wisdom says that because Southwest Florida is a solid Republican district, Southwest Florida is heavily Republican, the top two vote getters are going to be Republican. So in November, there's not going to be a Democrat choice on the ballot, and you're going to have a choice between two Republicans. Well, that sounds fine to our listeners, but let me give an example of this last congressional race that we just had. Mm-hmm. Our last congressional race, the Republicans, because we're such a Republican area, we had 10 candidates in the race. The Democrats had 2. The top 2 vote getters in the Republican Party had about as many votes as the top 2 vote getters in the Democrat Party. And in fact, if there was about 700 more votes for the second place Democrat candidate, in November, our choice would be between two Democrats. And I think that's something that's overlooked, and we wouldn't have the opportunity in a very, very red Southwest Florida to vote for two Republicans. So the problem is there's no way for a party, there's no way for any other entity to say, hey, hold on, we don't need 20 people running who are conservatives, because they're going to end up splitting the vote, and the only two options are going to be Democrats. So what's going to happen is the party will have to get involved, and it's going to make the party stronger over here. In Southwest Florida, the Republican Party will be stronger. On the East Coast, the Democrat Party will be stronger. They're going to be making a lot more endorsements, and you're actually going to have a lot more funding. You're going to have a lot more money involved in party politics, because they're going to have to protect their name, brand, and their ID if this passes.
All right. So that is a critical thing to think about. So Amendment 1 is a yes. Amendment 2, minimum wage, is a no. And Amendment 3, which is about the elections and establishing a top 2 open primary system for state office primary elections, is a no.
That's absolutely right. It's a hard no.
A hard no.
It's a hard no. If you want to vote in a primary election, my recommendation is to join a political party. You don't have to get involved in the politics, but take that NPA off of your voter registration, and you're more than welcome to vote in any primary election in the state of Florida.
All right. Jonathan Martin joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. We discussed the amendments today that will be on the ballot in just a few weeks. Again, you'll be voting for president, of course, but you'll be voting for a lot of other things down ballot. All right. So Amendment 4. What is Amendment 4 about, Jonathan?
All right. Amendment 4 is an attempt to clean up this amendment process. And Drew, you've had me on for a number of years talking about these amendments, and many times we discuss, well, why is this even a constitutional amendment? Why don't they just pass this as a law?
Right.
Well, because a lot of the special interests don't like Tallahassee, and our elected officials that are serving our needs aren't doing what the special interests want. So then they just bypass the whole legislative process and slap on a constitutional amendment. So what Amendment 4 does, it requires any constitutional amendment that passes in one election to also be put on the ballot 2 years later and have to pass with a 60% vote in the second election. So I think that it provides an opportunity for opposition to say, hold on, we didn't think this was going to pass. This just needs to get a little bit more publicity. And then it provides a fair opportunity for debate, and also an opportunity to look at the unintended consequences that are about to take place, and look at the enacting statutes that the legislature is going to have to come up with in order to put forth the regulations to enact the constitutional amendment. So I think this is a really, really good idea, because we get caught off guard. Here we are just a few weeks before the general election talking about the amendments, and many people hearing them for the first time. I think that this is a solid yes, that we need to make sure that this gets passed, so that in the future, if there is a weird constitutional amendment that slips through the cracks, or it's worded in a deceptive manner, that there's fair and honest debate going forward after it passes.
And you would imagine that it would also be acceptable to the other side, who might say that if an amendment that has passed, they look at and there have been questions about the process of the amendment and how it is working out, that either side, left or right, Republican or Democrat, could re-examine and have an opportunity to get it on a second general election. So that is, it's fair to say that both sides should feel good about this.
Right. Yeah. And the constitutional amendment process shouldn't be a partisan issue. That should be something that goes and affects the rules of the game, not so much how the game is played, and what to do in each specific situation. That's what the laws are for. That's what the legislature does on an annual basis. They change the laws, but the Constitution should be more about the rules in which the laws are made.
Yeah, it should be hard. I mean, it should be something that we should take time and examine, and we should be able to spend the time and really think about the consequences. So, Amendment 1 is a yes. Amendment 2 is a no. Amendment 3 is a no, and Amendment 4 is a yes. That's where we are so far, with Jonathan Martin joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, as we are wrapping up now the amendments that will be on the ballot for 2020. A lot of people asked about it, so there you go. Number 5 and number 6, I guess, together. We can take those together, right? Do you want to just quickly go through those?
Yeah. The Amendment 5 and Amendment 6 are issues that we're traditionally used to seeing on the Constitution ballot. They're issues that who's going to disagree with the Save Our Homes, who's going to disagree with making sure the spouses of a deceased veteran receive the homestead benefits that the veteran received before passing. So we'll start with Amendment 5. This increases the period during which a person may transfer the Save Our Homes benefit to a new homestead property from 2 years to 3 years. So if you sell a house and then you go and buy another house, traditionally what would happen is you had to re-homestead that new house, and your taxes would start, or your ad valorem taxes that were taxed on the property value would be adjusted based on the new purchase price of the house. Well, what took place a few years ago was the Save Our Homes Amendment allowed you to carry over that cap in which your rates and your taxes would go up when you move to a different house. Mm-hmm. So originally it allowed a 2-year window for you to move from your previous homestead house to find your new homestead. So maybe you wanted to rent for a little while, wait for the prices to come down. Maybe you wanted to travel a little bit. Maybe you're going through some changes in your life. So what Amendment 5 does, it extends that time period from 2 years to 3 years so that you can still receive the benefits of the Save Our Homes Act and transfer your homestead exemption to the new property so that you're not hit with all the additional taxes on your new property. Nice. So Amendment 5 is a yes. I think it makes sense. And unfortunately, these are constitutional amendments. I think they make great laws, but I'm not going to vote no on that. I think it makes sense.
All right. So we've got to run right now, Jonathan. So here we go. Amendment 1 is a yes. Amendment 2 is a no. Amendment 3 is a no. Amendment 4 is a yes. Amendment 5 is a yes. Amendment 6 is a yes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So there you go. We've laid it out for you. Tell your friends. If you missed it, go to YouTube and watch it once again later on this morning. And have your friends go to YouTube, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, so that you can know exactly how to vote there on the ballot for the amendments this year in the 2020 election. All right, Jonathan Martin, we got to run. Great job, my friend.
All right, Drew. Take it easy.
All right, We'll see you soon. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News.
An interview with Laura Trump,
where the Trumps come to talk.
Anybody who thinks that President Trump is to blame for this is absolutely kidding themselves. He from day one has called for peace.
Election 2020 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Let's talk about the many different ways you can fix your eyes. Laser vision correction at France Eye Care. Look, no eyes are the same. You have the ability, though, to choose a vision correction treatment specifically designed to meet the needs of your individual eyes. Dr. Jonathan France and his team of expert surgeons offer several different procedures like LASIK, Visian, ICL, PRK, and refractive lens exchange. All of these giving you better vision to see the details like never before. Don't compromise when it comes to your eyes. Trust Dr. France and his team of pioneers in bladeless LASIK surgery. That's because experience matters. I know I'm a patient of Dr. France. Schedule them today. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available and affordable. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone.
Friends, I care.
When everything around us has been interrupted, including playtime, work time, and downtime, friends and family are always there to help pick up the pieces. At Castilla Roofing, we are here for our community, our employees, and you. Keeping a roof over your head is our job, our headache, and our promise to you. Castilla Roofing, family owned and operated. Your satisfaction is our reputation.
Go to CastillaRoofing.us, that's CASTILLA, or call 239-465-2646. License CCC 1328615.
Hey guys, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic can help with that. And this week's theme is sleep and energy. And a lot of people are struggling with energy in today's society. And one of the things people don't understand is that having a thyroid problem can actually cause low energy, mental fog, and fatigue. And the nerves that come out right in the middle of your neck at C4 actually are the nerves that go directly to your thyroid. And even if you don't have diagnosed thyroid problems, if you have a problem in the middle of your neck with that bone being out of alignment, it can put pressure on the nerve that goes to your thyroid. And even without having medically diagnosed thyroid problems, it can still hinder your energy and give you mental fog and fatigue. So if you're dealing with a ton of mental fog or low energy, I just want you to know that chiropractic could possibly help you. Call us at 239-628-4899 and always remember your power is on.
Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator Overland lease, $399 per month. Grand Cherokee Limited or Ram Bighorn Crew Cab, lease for just $299 per month. That's right. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited or award-winning Ram trucks. Your choice. Just $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Jeep Adventure Days, featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs and Grand Cherokee Limited for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42 monthly, 10,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand bar for 72 months, 0% APR with 0 down. Lender approval offers don't combine.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? For experienced advice on planning for retirement, tune in to Saving the Investor with Alfie Townsend, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, and Marco Island with 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
Still ahead with Drew Steve.
All right, you're not going to believe this when you hear it. Nancy Pelosi having a complete meltdown on CNN of all places. Plus, is the president visiting Southwest Florida on Friday? Coming up. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We'll talk about that on the way.
It's Daybreak with Drew Steve. 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. The president is coming to Southwest Florida. He's expected to arrive in downtown Fort Myers Friday. We're working to find out the exact location and time of that visit, but it's likely going to be earlier in the day, as the president already announced campaign events in Ocala at 4 and in Georgia at 7. Today, students at Ave Maria University will return in-person classes. On Monday, students moved to online classes because of a coronavirus outbreak on campus. Currently, they have 19 positive students. None have been hospitalized. most have no symptoms, and those who did have already recovered. Today, we're expected to learn more about the Lake O releases we told you about last week. The Army Corps will release water toward our coast sometime this week. They'll hold a briefing this afternoon. A proposed hotel and water park is expected to bring hundreds of jobs. Collier County commissioners approving a feasibility study for the development of a Great Wolf Resorts property. It would be near the county's Paradise Coast Sports Complex. It'll include 550 rooms, a conference center, an outdoor pool, and bring 375 new jobs. The results of that study will be presented to commissioners next year. Lee County deputies are looking for homeless people who need help. Homeless outreach teams, or HOT teams, will connect people with resources. These teams consist of a crisis intervention deputy, a trained civilian, and mental health professional. This comes after the city of Fort Myers fenced up Centennial Park for renovations, forcing out people who camped there for years. Some high school sports teams won't get to play because of COVID-19. One player testing positive, ending the season for Southwest Florida Christian Academy's volleyball team, and it led to the cancellation of the football team's upcoming game against Gateway Charter.
Wink News traffic.
A couple crashes in Collier. First one at Logan and Pine Ridge, slowing traffic northbound on Logan heading to Pine Ridge for about a mile. So to avoid it, you can hop on 951, as well as a delay from the crash at Coronado Parkway and 55th Terrace. East and westbound slowdowns on Coronado, just near Santa Barbara. And commuters in Estero, also the delay continues on Ben Hill, heading south to Corkscrew. And a crash reported at San Carlos Park and Three Oaks. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News next.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the pleasant start, it's going to be a hot afternoon, but all things considered, pretty quiet. A lot of sunshine, some clouds mix in. 90 degrees as we will be close to record highs. There is a slight chance for a quick stray shower, but most are dry. Few showers for your Thursday, overall pretty limited. Scattered storms as we highlight your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. More upper 80s for the weekend. Few showers Saturday, mainly south of the Caloosahatchee, with scattered rain and storms as well by Sunday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
For the past 58 years, Conditioned Air is focused on your comfort. Today more than ever, our business community, our nonprofits, our leaders, and our citizens are relying on each other for strength. It's not a me thing, a you thing, it's a we time in our lives. Conditioned Air is here for you and here for our community. Whether you're looking for routine air conditioning service and repair for your home, installation of a new air conditioning system in a large commercial property, or anything in between, our Conditioned Air team is eager to help. You can count on the people of Conditioned Air. We are your neighbors, parents of school children, volunteers in the communities, coworkers, consumers, and supporters of all types of businesses. We want to help you when and where you need us, at your business or in your home. Your comfort is essential. Invest wisely. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962, serving all of Southwest Florida. Call 1-888-COLD-AIR or log on to conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
People often ask me, how did you grow my shower door so big and so fast? But the answer is, we didn't. What we did is we took our family business, we hired great talent, trained our staff, and developed our product. Now, after 17 years, My Shower Door has 8 frameless shower door showrooms, with our newest in Cape Coral. If you're looking for a frameless shower door company that you can trust and research, and you want to see more, go to myshowerdoor.com.
The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world. Jason and Todd have partnered with De Beers in Canada and Africa, and they've traveled to Israel, Antwerp, and India to select the most beautiful diamonds. Visit the Diamond District today for your best diamond buying experience.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and have I told you about Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting? I know I have, because, well, number one, I've used them on multiple occasions. I've had a few moves lately, and each and every time had them at my home. They're fantastic. I love the staff. They are the highest reviewed contractors for what they do, maintaining 4.9 to 5 stars. But here's another thing to consider. What about a kitchen, a bath, an entire home that you want remodeled? They have teams and resources ready right now to walk you through the process so they can turn your dreams into reality. I should know, because they did exactly that for me and my wife. I could not be happier. The communication, the friendliness of the staff, the fact that they've been around since 2001, and the difference that they can make, whether it is something like painting a bathroom and especially kitchen and bath remodel. remodel. So call them today. Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting, 239-431-2781, and find out what they can do for you and the incredible work that they do for yourself. 239-431-2781 for Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. A reminder, please text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. And you can get the invitation to be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance on Friday, right after the show. We switch the cameras over from YouTube right over to Zoom so we can do it together. And we have veterans joining us, and we have families joining us, kids. I mean, it is amazing. It's patriotic, and love doing it, finishing out the week with a pledge with you. So all you have to do is text the letters USA to 239-479-5592 right now. And you'll get the invitation for our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance. That will be on Friday. Also, don't forget, coming up in, 10 more minutes or so, we've got Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD and have a little bit of fun with you. That is coming up in just a bit as well. So keep the numbers handy. And maybe you want to comment on the amendments, some of what you heard from Jonathan Martin. We certainly will take your calls on that. Maybe you want to comment on Amy Coney Barrett and what you heard maybe at the confirmation hearings and some of the nonsense from Democrats. Or maybe you want to comment on Nancy Pelosi and her complete meltdown on CNN. I don't know if you heard this, but I'm getting ready to play some audio that is striking. And I'm trying to figure out why in the world Nancy Pelosi went after Wolf Blitzer like this on stimulus and the fact that she doesn't want to deal with the president on the stimulus package, $1.8 trillion, when there are people in the party that's like, let's get this done. And Wolf Blitzer is trying to make the case to her that maybe you should do this. I find it interesting that at the hearing, the Amy Coney Barrett hearing, it was Amy Klobuchar who had to let everybody know that, well, what are we doing here? I mean, this is ridiculous. We need to get to the work for the people that are out there that want us to work on passing a coronavirus relief package. Come on now.
To close down or that's struggling. We should be doing something else right now. We shouldn't be doing this. We should be passing coronavirus relief like the House just did, which was a significant bill that would have been a big help. And I think people have to know that.
Okay,
right?
Let me stop right there. It was Amy Klobuchar, along with a whole ton of Democrats, who blocked the coronavirus relief package. This was weeks ago they did this. Amy Klobuchar is talking like ridiculous. And I think either CNN and Wolf Blitzer had a moment of clarity or on the fact that there are people that need the stimulus money, and this is a winner for the Democrats and Republicans, for the American people. Just make it happen. Or it's, again, CNN trying to convince Democrats, this is bad. This is a bad look. You got to work with the president. Look, you got to stop doing this, to a Nancy Pelosi who is, she's the queen of the bowl of doggy doo. Could be of that. So listen to this exchange and let's break it down. It was crazy. Wolf Blitzer is trying to convince her. People in your party are like, work with the president. Help out the American people.
Excuse me for interrupting, Madam Speaker, but they really need the money right now. And even members of your own...
I understand that, but
even members of your own caucus... Even members of your own caucus, Madam Speaker, want to accept this deal. $1.8 trillion. Congressman Ro Khanna, for example. But let me just quote Ro Khanna, a man you know well. I assume you admire him. He's a Democrat. And he just said this. He said, people in need can't wait until February. $1.8 trillion is significant and more than twice the Obama stimulus. Make a deal. Put the ball in McConnell court. So what do you say to Ro Khanna?
What I say to you is, I don't know why you're always an apologist, and many of your colleagues apologists for the Republican position.
What? Okay, so So now we know she's off the rails. Because since when is CNN an apologist for the Republican Party? Okay, so she's off the rails, and there goes the train, and it's getting ready to rumble, stumble, bumble down the hill. Here we go.
Ro Khanna, that's nice. That isn't what we're going to do, and nobody's waiting till February. I want this very much now because people need help now. But it's no use giving them a false thing just because the president wants to put a check with his name on it in the mail, that we should not be doing all we can to help people pay the rent, put food on the table, to enhance benefits, that they don't lose their jobs if they're state and local, we're talking about the consequences of a pandemic, that the symptoms of a problem that the president refuses to address.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, because it's the president's fault. So you see where she's going with this. You know, we've got to address it. This is the whole idea. If it's about the pandemic and people are hurting, then help them. And again, Wolf Blitzer is like, you're not listening.
Now, yesterday I spoke to Andrew Yang, who says the same thing. It's not everything you want,
but you know what?
There's a lot there.
Honest to God, you really, I can't get over it, because Andrew Yang, he's lovely. Ro Khanna, he's lovely. They are not negotiating this situation. They have no idea of the particulars. They have no idea of what the language is here. I didn't come over here to have, so you're the apologist for the Obama, excuse me. God forbid.
Madam Speaker, I'm not an apologist. I'm asking you serious questions because so many people are in desperate need right now. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
When was the last time...
Let me respond to you.
Let me ask you, when was the last time, Madam Speaker, when was the last time you spoke with the president about this?
Yeah, when was the last time you talked to the president? Here's Wolf Blitzer. She's having a complete meltdown. Why? When's the last time you talked to the president?
I don't speak to the president. Speak to his representative.
Why not call him and say, Mr. President, let's work out a deal. It's not going to be everything you want, not going to be everything I want, but there are so many Americans right now who are in desperate need. Let's make a deal.
I'm telling you, I promise you, I'm telling you that Wolf Blitzer, CNN, is going after Nancy Pelosi right now because they're looking at the election and they know people are hurting, and the president's like, listen, I want to make a big, big, big deal. I want to make a big, beautiful deal, as he said, and he's willing to do this, and he's willing to get money into the pockets of the American people, and look at what's happening. Nancy Pelosi is pushing back, and I'm telling you, he's trying to make the case to her. Don't do this. This is a loser. You're weeks away from an election. This is a losing proposition.
What makes me amused, if it weren't so sad, is how you all think that you know more about the suffering of the American people than those of us who are elected by them to represent them at that table.
I gotta stop. I don't know if one human being can sound any more pompous than the way Nancy Pelosi sounds right now. And maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you want to comment. I mean, what are you hearing? 239-479-5592. I'm playing the audio from Nancy Pelosi. Does that sound like somebody who cares about the American people? Or does that sound like somebody who cares about the fact that they want a deal that is going to pay off the blue states like New York and California, all the debt that they have been ringing up all of these years, all the deficits and debts? They want that money to be able to pay for all the mistakes and the blunders of Democrat-led states. That's what she's fighting for. She's not fighting for you. What do you hear? 239-479-5592. And then the pièce de résistance, if you will, the ending. Wolf Blitzer trying to get out of this.
And Madam Speaker, I certainly respect you, but I also respect Ro Khanna. I respect Andrew Yang. I respect members of the Democrats who are members of the problem solvers. They want a deal because so many people right now are suffering.
Well, the problem solvers, by the way, don't have any earned income tax credit or child tax credit in their proposal either. But let's not go into that.
Yeah,
you evidently do not respect the chairman of the committees who wrote these bills.
I respect
and
all of you.
And I wish you would respect the knowledge that goes into...
I just can't do it. I can't. I don't know. Jose is in L.A. What are you hearing, Jose? What does that sound like to you?
I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. You are on the ball. Wolf Blitzer is trying to throw her a bone, so she can respond and say, yes, we want to do this deal, but there's just certain things that the president wants that we can't agree. You know, he's setting her up to look positive, and she took it the wrong way and is totally making herself look ridiculous.
I'm not crazy, right? Isn't that what you're... It's like he's trying to lead her down the path of the audience looking and saying, okay, then she respects us and she cares about us and she wants to help, and instead... She fights him every step of the way.
She's arguing with him. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I think what it was is he got so aggressive with the question, trying to make his point across. She took it the wrong way and just went nuts. You know?
Yeah.
She's looking like what her party is, a donkey.
Thank you, Jose. All right, Jim's in Naples. Hi, Jim. Hello, is this Jim?
Yeah, this is Jim.
Hi, Jim in Naples. You had a question.
Yes. Why do the Democrats in the House keep putting her as the speaker? She's an idiot.
Well, we feel that way. We feel that way. But if it's just the two of us, Jim. All right, just me and you. Right? We're just talking. Nobody else. Just us. Okay. Can we be honest for a second?
Well, yeah, hope so.
Has Nancy Pelosi really been that bad for her party? Has Nancy Pelosi fought and pretty much got just about everything that she's demagogued for and against Republicans about? She's been pretty effective for them, if we're going to be honest. She's crazy. Don't get me wrong. She's crazy. I mean, she's nuts. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, we really want to be honest. For Democrats, they love her. Because she gets their agenda done. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's kind of where we're at. All right, Ron's in Fort Myers. Hey, Ron.
Well, first off, when I saw that yesterday, I thought he had the original Joker from the original Batman TV series on.
Oh,
if you know what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm just wondering how come they can't, or she can't even man up, lady up to say, hey, listen, we'll take care of the American people today, and then we'll work out the business, and the city's bailing them out, because nobody wants those cities that have destroyed themselves to be bailed out.
Yeah.
Just like they want to eliminate the Electoral College.
Yeah. Oh, all right. We just lost Ron. All right. Let me sum it up this way. It's real simple. We would love for politicians to focus on specific issues, specific ways to solve problems, and not put them in these massive omnibus bills that encompass scratching the backs of pigs in Provo, pig farmers. I mean, if we're going to focus on one thing specific, that was a really bad example, but you see what I'm saying. They can't do that. It's all about the pork. It's all about adding, and it's all about trying to help those that are their constituents, as she talks about, and then focusing on what's really important to Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi doesn't care about Main Street and care about you and care about the fact that you need to get back to work and paying your bills. And all she cares about is taking care of her interests, which are the big blue states that have gotten themselves in such a mess that this is an opportunity to get that money to bail them out. That's what she's fighting for. And it's disgusting. All right, but this isn't. This is great. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. We'll have a little bit of fun with you if you want to play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right to All Along. Let's find out what's going on right there with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The crash at Three Oaks Parkway and San Carlos is slowing traffic southbound on Three Oaks heading towards Estero Parkway, as well as a crash in Collier at Logan and Pine Ridge with 2 miles of backups heading northbound, starting from around Green. If you're heading north of Green, stick to 951. Still seeing that crash as well at 55th Terrace and Coronado Parkway with reports of roadblock on Coronado and traffic delayed for about 1 mile eastbound as well as west. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Pleasant morning, hot afternoon, 90 degrees with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. Slight chance of rain, but most of us will be dry. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News.
Donald Trump Jr. joining us.
Where the Trumps come to talk.
They won't face consequences. The difference is, if I did, I'd be doing this interview right now from a payphone feeding quarters from Rikers.
Election 2020 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Svetlana Kogan, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South. Almost 2 decades of clinical experience in New York taught me a lot about doctoring. My philosophy is that less medication is better. I prescribe healthy lifestyle, good food, and exercise to heal and prevent most of the health concerns. I teach my patients how to use herbs, vitamins, and supplements properly, and spend a great deal of time with each of my patients, empowering them with mind-body balancing steps to prevent illness and avoid hospitalization. If you're looking for an experienced doctor who is knowledgeable in holistic approach to health, check out my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn how becoming a part of my patient family can make you healthy and joyful again.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. Love my Core-Tech, love my flooring, love my carpets. I love everything about Floor Meisters, to be quite honest. And as a matter of fact, doing it for a long time. Not just that, you and Miss Sugar, Dave.
Miss Sugar and I are going to be married 50 years on September 6th. Isn't that amazing?
Tell us more about some of what you have when it comes to carpet, Dave.
We got about 100 rolls of carpet in stock, starting at $1.99 a square foot installed carpet pad labor. As of normal, we have WPC, which is the Core-Tech and its competitors, and we have area rug for people to look at, and we do ceramic tile and wood also. I don't know how they can make it so cheap, but they do.
The quality is fantastic, and you are going to love the selection at Floor Meisters. 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash. The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, there's Kent. Kent is in Naples. Hey, Kent.
Hey, Drew.
It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Kent, remember Bill Clinton, President of the United States? Remember him?
I do.
Yeah. Do you remember who the vice president was then?
Al Gore.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who was the only president to serve more than 2 terms? More than 2 terms.
FDR.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. The individual who penned the Declaration of Independence. Who was that gentleman?
Oof, Hamilton?
No, it's Thomas Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah, that guy.
Jefferson.
That guy.
Oh, man, I went to the theater too often.
Okay. All right, well, let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
The Bill of Rights?
Yeah, that is correct, sir. That's not a trick question. All right, well, you got it. Congratulations, Kent. Great job, except for that one you got wrong. But that's besides the point. We'll make believe like it never happened. All right, so you got a master's degree. Stay right there because Jake's going to tell you how you get your degree, a hard-fought one in the era of the vid. So stay right there, okay, sir?
Thanks, Drew. You're the best.
And back at you. You're the best at you too. All right, coming up, Steve Deace, the Blaze TV, is going to join us. He has some interesting polling numbers you might want to hear about, and we'll get his take on Amy Coney Barrett as well in the confirmation hearings. Plus, don't forget to text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. Be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance Friday at 9 a.m.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Are you tired of all the Zoom meetings? Do you need to escape the stresses of 2020? Well then, now is the time to start enjoying the boating lifestyle, because life really is better on the water. And the open house event at Fishtail Boats in Fort Myers next weekend is the perfect chance to ride and decide what boat will take you there. Get a sneak preview of the newest 2021 boat models, like the Robalo 272, the new Chaparral 280 OSX, Grady White center consoles with electric steering, and pontoons by Premier, all powered by Yamaha outboards. Take a vacation every weekend on your new boat before it's too late. Discover the boating lifestyle during the Ride and Decide open house event at Fishtail Boats in Fort Myers next weekend from 10 to 5. Social distancing with on-site displays, Garmin and Simrad electronics, marine industry vendors, food trucks, beverages, and more. On-site financing available. Fishtail Boats, US 41 in South Fort Myers, and at fishtail.com.
Home is truly where the heart is. To protect it, you need top quality roofing installed by experts. That's why we chose CFS Roofing Services. Owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. Now my home's weather-tight and beautifully resilient.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. The president is coming to Southwest Florida. He's expected to arrive in downtown Fort Myers Friday. We're working to find out the exact location and time of that visit, but it's likely going to be earlier in the day, as the president already announced campaign events in Ocala at 4 and in Georgia at 7. Today, students at Ave Maria University will return in-person classes. On Monday, students moved to online classes because of a coronavirus outbreak on campus. Currently, they have 19 positive students. None have been hospitalized. Most have no symptoms, and those who did have already recovered. Today, we're expected to learn more about the Lake O releases we told you about last week. The Army Corps will release water toward our coast sometime this week. They'll hold a briefing this afternoon. A proposed hotel and water park is expected to bring hundreds of jobs. Collier County commissioners approving a feasibility study for the development of a Great Wolf Resorts property. It would be near the county's Paradise Coast Sports Complex. It'll include 550 rooms, a conference center, an outdoor pool, and bring 375 new jobs. The results of that study will be presented to commissioners next year. Lee County deputies are looking for homeless people who need help. Homeless outreach teams, or HOT teams, will connect people with resources. These teams consist of a crisis intervention deputy, a trained civilian, and mental health professional. This comes after the city of Fort Myers fenced up Centennial Park for renovations, forcing out people who camped there for years. Some high school sports teams won't get to play because of COVID-19. One player testing positive, ending the season for Southwest Florida Christian Academy's volleyball team, and it led to the cancellation of the football team's upcoming game against Gateway Charter.
Wink News traffic.
The crash at Three Oaks Parkway and San Carlos is slowing traffic southbound on Three Oaks heading towards Estero Parkway, as well as a crash in Collier at Logan and Pine Ridge with 2 miles of backup heading northbound, starting from around Green. If you're heading north of Green, stick to 951. Still seeing that crash as well at 55th Terrace and Coronado Parkway with reports of roadblock on Coronado and traffic delayed for about 1 mile eastbound as well as west. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the pleasant start, it's going to be a hot afternoon, but all things considered, pretty quiet. A lot of sunshine, some clouds mix in. 90 degrees as we will be close to record highs. There is a slight chance for a quick stray shower, but most are dry. Few showers for your Thursday, overall pretty limited. Scattered storms as we highlight your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. More upper 80s for the weekend. Few showers Saturday, mainly south of the Caloosahatchee, with scattered rain and storms as well by Sunday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. All along.
Looking for a frameless shower door? My Shower Door has just opened their 8th Florida showroom, and it's conveniently located in Cape Coral. With more than 75,000 frameless shower doors installed, no one has more experience and 5-star reviews than My Shower Door. We've been named #1 by readers of the News Press and Naples News for 17 consecutive years and have just been named as Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
See, I like state-of-the-art. I like equipment, for example, to test your water like Pentair uses. There's a big difference. When Max comes over and tests your water, they use Pentair's more scientific equipment instead of that old-fashioned chemical way, which means you get better results. And the Pentair salt-free combo has a lot more advantages. It's the one that I have. It's practically maintenance-free. Just pop in a new filter each year, and it's easy. There's no lugging in bags of salt every month, and no timers, no electricity, no saltwater waste, no hassles. And Pentair's salt-free smart combo means you won't be putting in dangerous sodium into that water as well. So if you've got problems with your water in your home, smells bad, tastes bad, call now for your free Pentair water test. Call Max. He's your local Pentair water specialist. He can show you exactly what's in your home's water with their new white glove service program. They can even maintain the system for you. And right now, take $199 off installation of your whole home water system. So call them today, 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Call today.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
If you have sleep apnea and struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, irritable.
That's the cutest puppy I've ever seen.
Fatigued.
Can someone please help me lift this tissue?
Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
And even impact your long-term health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device placed during a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Please use the text line to text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. Be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance that we do each and every Friday. Right after the program, 9 a.m., we switch the cameras from YouTube right over to our Zoom meeting with you, veterans and families. And remember last week we had South Trail Fire and the helicopter flyover right at the end. It was fantastic. And so we are truly blessed that you would be a part of that with us. Thank you so much. Coming up, we'll have more on the Amy Coney Barrett confirmation hearings, some of the crazy audio, the Nancy Pelosi meltdown, which was a spectacular on CNN. We'll get to that as well. And I'm looking at this, Jake, and I'm noticing that there's another Biden ad that is scheduled to run during my program, Jake, and I'm not sure that I'm prepared to play that. Why is Joe Biden again running an ad during my show?
I think it's like Equal Time or something like SEC, something. I don't know.
You have to play it. Now you're just naming letters now. You don't even know what you're saying. I'm not playing it, so you can take it out of this one.
All right, well, I will blame you.
Okay. We'll revisit that later. Thank you. All right, the great Steve Deace is joining us right now. Blaze TV, you probably know about his program. You probably follow him, as you should, on Twitter. Steve Deace Show. By the way, an award-winning BS exterminator. Steve Deace, I want to know, who gives the award? How do I get one of those awards? And how did you do it? Is it fumes? How exactly do you exterminate that?
Well, the beauty of the era in which we live is you just proclaim who you are. And you determine your own identity. You know, I'm Rachel Dolezal. Maybe I'm black. Maybe I'm not. You know, everybody nowadays is an almond joy. You know, sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't. Am I male? Am I female? What am I? And so I just figured, this is the identity I want to give myself. So it's the one we have.
Okay, duly noted. All right, you get it. Very good. All right, listen, great to have you back. Boy, I got a lot of questions, things I want to ask. Before I get to your thoughts on some of the polling, I'm sure that the polls that are out there, Steve, are right on the money, precise. I mean, if you're hearing Joe Biden's up by 30, 40 points, you can pretty much bank on that. Said nobody ever, but we'll get to that in just a second. But before we do, hey, your thoughts overall on Amy Coney Barrett, what you've been hearing of these confirmation hearings?
I expected better, which is to say I expected worse from Democrats. And that's not to say that their behavior has been good. I just kind of feel like we're getting the JV version of what we all anticipated. I think that to give them credit, and this is going to sound pretty, backhanded as a compliment, and it's not intended to. It's just more of a statement of how loony they have become. Mm-hmm. I think this is their attempt to show some level of restraint. Okay, now, I get it. We've seen them throw feces, chant "Hail Satan," throw tampons, lose their minds, claim you're a part of a marauding band of rapists that terrorized the Georgetown countryside and got away with it for years.
We lost Steve. Hey, everything just blanked out on us. Did you notice that? Did you? Hey, Jake. Yeah, we're going to... Okay. He's calling him back. The whole phone system just went dead right there in the middle of Steve Deace's conversation with us. All right, so we'll get Steve back on the line. Jake is working on that right now. All right, there he is. All right, looks like we've got Steve. Steve, I apologize. I don't know what happened there. The whole phone line here just went, yes, I don't know what it was. Everything, no kidding, my whole board went completely blank. You blew up the board, Steve.
I've been known to have that effect on people, especially when women are involved. But yes. But this almost feels like their attempt to show some modicum of restraint with just run-of-the-mill lunacy. Now, God bless her, Mazie Hirono, of course, just had to blow it up for them. They're going through their charts and their talking points and the typical precedents and cases and issues. And Mazie Hirono had to say, "Screw that noise, man. We gotta get some cray up in here." And so, hey, have you ever raped anybody? So we had a little bit of that. Yeah. Okay, but Mazie Hirono, who I don't think has any children of her own, asking a woman with 7 children, several of them of which she had the old-fashioned way, "Hey, what are your thoughts on using your job to sexually assault people?" Now, to Mazie Hirono's credit, she did just work with somebody in the Democratic Party who was known for using her office to empower herself sexually with her staff or people around her. Yeah. So I could see where maybe she's a little sensitive to that.
Yeah. And I want to see, I'm sure I have that audio. In case you missed it, it was pretty short, sweet, to the point. And she had to know the answer to this question.
To ensure the fitness of nominees for a lifetime appointment to the federal bench or to any of the other positions for any of the committees on which they appear, I ask each nominee these 2 questions, and I will ask them of you. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
There you go. There's something. And by the way, I think when she's saying she does it for everybody, I think it was only once before, and I think it was for a Trump appointee as well. So I'm not sure where she's going with that. I think I know exactly where she's going with that. As you say, the cray-cray.
Yeah, she's going crazy because she's Mazie Hirono.
Pretty much.
And she speaks parcel tongue.
Yeah. Okay. Steve Deace joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, of course, Blaze TV, a fantastic show. And you can follow him at Steve Deace Show on Twitter. Hey, Steve, let me ask you this. I heard that Joe Biden is just, the polls are just incredibly in his favor, and they are just so incredibly accurate that you can pretty much take it to the bank that Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. Just by the polls, I mean, you can ask one Hillary Clinton how that worked out. And
I'm really offended personally.
Oh, that never gets old. But seriously, though, the polls, what are you hearing? What are you seeing? What do you know?
If I dropped down here from Mars and I didn't know anything about your elections in your process here in America, and I never looked at a poll, and I looked at the environment, I would look at one party these final days of the campaign is running away from their positions on issues like fracking and taxation, et cetera. I would look at the unemployment rate has dropped the last 2 months now before the election, and only once has a president lost re-election when the unemployment rate dropped in the final report before we voted, and that was Ford in 76, who was never elected. I would look at the price of gas. I would just be I'd look at things like the NBA, which even with its very liberal fan base, saw its television ratings just tank when it went full left-wing, full woke this year. I mean, I would be looking at those environmental aspects and think to myself that the guy in the White House who stands for opposite or for the things that are trending in the right direction would be cruising to victory. And then if I looked at the polls, I would be seeing an entirely different election than what I see environmentally. And now let me put some expertise from having worked on campaigns and done polling. I've looked at the methodologies on a ton of these polls, and we've done a whole bunch of stuff breaking this stuff down on Blaze TV. And if you don't mind me putting a plug out there, if people want to go to my Facebook page, it's Steve Deace Show. You're going to see a lot of these videos where we've walked through polling methodologies as someone that's actually done this and studied it professionally for campaigns. The models that you're seeing in these polls are systemically flawed. And I'll just give you the one that was the most accurate in 2016. That's Rasmussen. Rasmussen, in its latest poll, is saying that Donald Trump is only going to get 78% of Republican voters. Now, 4 years ago, we had an organized effort of Republicans to not support him, and he still got 88%. His average approval rating with Republicans during his 4 years in office has been 87%. He is not less popular with Republicans than he was 4 years ago. I mean, 4 years ago, there was part of an effort by conservatives like Mike Lee and others, Ken Cuccinelli, who now works for the president, to stop him at the convention All right, there's been no such divisiveness within his own party with this president. And Rasmussen is forecasting that he's going to get the lowest percentage for a Republican candidate amongst Republican voters since George Herbert Walker Bush got 73% of them in 1992, and that was with Ross Perot on the ballot siphoning off his support. There's no way that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean Joe Biden is not going to win. I'm not arguing that question. But you asked me about polls.
Right.
If that methodology is just, and here's why that matters. Because if you look at the Rasmussen poll, their top line result is Biden plus 12. If you look at the internal methodology, Trump losing, what they're claiming is Trump's going to lose 12 points of Republican support from 4 years ago. That's basically their entire top line result. And as we learned with COVID-19 and these doomsday models, now you're seeing it with polling. For a model to have integrity, efficacious, the premise and the logic and the assumptions all have to line up to the conclusion. A plus B equals C, meaning I can reverse, when I look at your final result, I can go into your methodologies and reverse engineer how you got there, and it makes sense to me. All right?
Right.
Does it make sense to you that 1 out of every 4 registered Republicans in America is not going to vote for Donald Trump?
No.
That's never going to happen.
Right. So then would you agree, as I've been talking to many people about this, that the way probably that the campaign is looking at this is a base election. This is really about getting more than 80+% out to the polls. This is about almost maxing it out to numbers like we have never seen before. Base election.
I think both sides see it that way. I mean, last week you've got Nancy Pelosi forming a 25th Amendment committee.
Yeah.
And you've got Donald Trump doing Levin, Hannity, and Limbaugh, the trifecta, the holy grail in our industry, doing them all in the span of about 48 or a span of about 3 days. And I think that shows you, last time we had something we've never had before since we started the television era, televised debates. Last election was the first time the candidate with the higher favorables lost. But Clinton and Trump they were both negative in favorables, so the stat didn't really matter. Okay?
Right.
I think what you're seeing this time is that both sides are having a hard time identifying who is actually the electorate that's going to vote. As we learned in the Obama years, you don't win elections by winning a majority of voters. You win elections by winning a majority of the people who vote, that you can frame who the electorate is, who actually turns out. And I think between Trump's unfavorables and I think between Biden's dementia, I think both sides are wondering, hey, are we going to see 25% independence, 40% independence, 15% independence? And I'm not sure that they know that. Right. And so I think because this is so much driven by an impulse to vote against the other side, that you're seeing both sides right now play to their hardcore bases, trying to make sure they control what they can control, which is turning out a maximum of their most ardent supporters and then letting the chips fall where they may.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's hard for me to believe that with the lack of passion on the Democrat side, that they're going to even come close to matching the kind of passion that Republicans have that we all know exists this election. I can't. I could see a 10, 15 percentage point drop on the Democrat side. I mean, is that an outrageous statement?
Well, I would say your trend line is probably correct, but your specifics could be. But look at your own state there in Florida. I think I looked at these numbers yesterday. In the last decade, Democrats in Florida have lost about 75% of their statewide voter registration edge. Mm. And those trend line numbers are everywhere. They've lost a considerable amount of their voter registration edge in North Carolina. They've lost a considerable amount of their voter registration edge in Pennsylvania. So that's the other thing I find fascinating. Pennsylvania, I think, could be the key state that decides the election potentially. And since 2016, Republicans have gained a net 120,000 voters statewide over Democrats. That's 300% more than Trump won the state by in 2016.
Wow!
So that is an interesting stat to take a look at. And one thing is for sure: if Trump wins here in 3 weeks, then the public polling industry, after doing this 2 years in a row and being pretty accurate prior to 2016. But after doing this 2 years in a row, needs a paradigm shift at the least, retirement banishment, maybe at worst.
Steve Deace, you are the best. Blaze TV, please remind everybody if they want to find out more, get stats, some of the things that you just discussed, where should they go?
You bet. You can follow me on Twitter at Steve Deace Show. Check out our Facebook page as well at Steve Deace Show. Those are two great places to go.
All right, fantastic. Steve, I appreciate a few minutes, my friend. Hopefully we'll do this again soon. All the best.
You bet. Take care. God bless.
See you. All right, 239-479-5592. Don't forget to text the letters USA to 239-479-5592. Be part of our Zoom Pledge of Allegiance right after the show, 9 a.m. on Friday. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic right now. Up to the minute to hear Sabrina Katz.
92.5 Fox News.
Eric Trump, who's joining us right now.
Where the Trumps come to talk.
He's done a great service. He's like the world's best diplomat in a certain way because people like him, they respect him.
Election 2020 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
I work from home. So my home is also my office. And when I'm working, especially since my office is in the back room, I get all of the daytime sunshine. When I'm sitting in my office, I can tell the heat of the day is coming in because it's coming in through my old windows. So one of the benefits I experience directly, day in and day out, is having cooler temperatures in my room as a result of getting Storm Shield windows. My old windows, the heat came in, the room got hot, my air conditioning continued to work harder, and now we don't have any of that.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
In business, things move quickly. You have to be ready to shift, pivot, adapt, then do it all over again. Comcast Business gives you fast, reliable internet on the nation's largest gig speed network. And for a limited time, you can also get fast shipping with Amazon Business Prime Essentials. Whoa, that was fast. So no matter what comes next, you can do more than bounce back. You can bounce forward. Help your business bounce forward with this amazing new offer. Get started with powerful internet and voice for $35 each a month for 24 months when you buy both. And ask how you can get 1 free year of Amazon Business Prime Essentials on us. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Offer ends 11/1/2020. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to change. New Amazon Business Prime members only.
Son, get in the car.
No, Dad, not your car. It smells horrid and it looks awful. I'm scared, Dad. I'm really scared.
Galliana Kia in Fort Myers will get you out of your scary old car and into a 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease for just $49 per month. Yes, $49 a month for a new car. We've got to sell so many new Kias, it's scary. So we've slashed our prices to the bone. New 2020 Kia Rio LX, just $13,990. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Select models with interest-free financing for 75 months. Is your credit dreadful? Galliana Kia isn't afraid of your bad credit. 2020 Kia Rio, $13,990. New Kia Fortes, $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24 month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at signing plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval expires month 5th.
It's Rockstar Harley's Sign and Ride event. 0 cash down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2021 on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 1.99% and no payments until 2021 on any new Harley at Rockstar Harley Sign and Ride event now through Sunday.
On Good Friday and Sunday.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. What?
Play it. You got to play it. The Biden ad, I'm sorry, you have to play it.
I have to play.
I don't have a choice. Phones are blowing up.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's there. It's on the log. Okay. Listen, I don't want to do this, but for some reason we got a Biden ad on the logs today. All right. We gonna play it now?
Yeah, we can play it now.
All right, let's do it.
America's excited about Joe Biden. How do I know? Well, let's let the people tell you.
The Biden tell a lie, she tell a lie, and they compliment each other's lies.
A $15 million, $15,000, $15 minimum wage. I'm dreaming here.
I work or volunteer at a memory care center, and I think Biden acts like he's got dementia.
I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate.
What is Biden gonna do that Trump didn't do for 4 years to make the economy good?
Sir,
Could somebody, I'm sorry to scream, but I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Will somebody tell me what Biden gonna do that we wasn't making money under Donald Trump better than Obama?
There you go. The people have spoken. Joe Biden, 2020.
I'm Joe Biden, and I've forgotten this message.
You're right. We probably should have played it. I don't know who would approve that, but okay. All right. 239-479-5592. Talking text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. Here we are. On YouTube, just type in the letters Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. 5 at 8:35 coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
If you have sleep apnea and struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, irritable.
That's the cutest puppy I've ever seen.
Fatigued.
Can someone please help me lift this tissue?
Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
And even impact your long-term health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device placed during a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
True relief for back and neck pain. Here at Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, we focus on back and neck related conditions like stenosis, sciatica, neuropathy, and bulging discs that can cause weakness, numbness, or pain. Being an innovator in non-surgical techniques, I have developed unique and extremely effective spinal decompression protocols for overcoming these chronic and debilitating conditions that don't involve any medications or surgery. This 3-step VAX-D spinal decompression approach uses a patented computerized table that decompresses the spine to gently remove pressure off pinched nerves and increase blood circulation to the area. For young or old, and so comfortable that most patients almost fall asleep while on the table. No hanging upside down. With this award-winning technology, back and neck pain can be a thing of the past. We always offer a no-obligation consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
I'm John Morgan. All law firms are not the same. As America's largest personal injury firm, we have more trials, more lawyers, more office buildings, and more caring staff members than any other injury law firm in the world. There's really nothing else like it. Our reputation and results speak for themselves. With more than 2 million people just like you calling us every single year, your trust in us means the world to me. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. The president is coming to Southwest Florida. He's expected to arrive in downtown Fort Myers Friday. We're working to find out the exact location and time of that visit, but it's likely going to be earlier in the day, as the president already announced campaign events in Ocala at 4 and in Georgia at 7. Today, students at Ave Maria University will return in-person classes. On Monday, students moved to online classes because of a coronavirus outbreak on campus. Currently, they have 19 positive students. None have been hospitalized. Most have no symptoms, and those who did have already recovered. Today, we're expected to learn more about the Lake O releases we told you about last week. The Army Corps will release water toward our coast sometime this week. They'll hold a briefing this afternoon. A proposed hotel and water park is expected to bring hundreds of jobs. Collier County commissioners approving a feasibility study for the development of a Great Wolf Resorts property. It would be near the county's Paradise Coast Sports Complex. It'll include 550 rooms, a conference center, an outdoor pool, and bring 375 new jobs. The results of that study will be presented to commissioners next year. Lee County deputies are looking for homeless people who need help. Homeless outreach teams, or HOT teams, will connect people with resources. These teams consist of a crisis intervention deputy, a trained civilian, and mental health professional. This comes after the city of Fort Myers fenced up Centennial Park for renovations, forcing out people who camped there for years. Some high school sports teams won't get to play because of COVID-19. One player testing positive, ending the season for Southwest Florida Christian Academy's volleyball team, and it led to the cancellation of the football team's upcoming game against Gateway Charter.
Wink News traffic.
Unfortunately, the major backup in Southwest Florida is in Collier. There's a crash at Logan and Pine Ridge with about 3 miles of delays on Santa Barbara as that turns into Logan. So if you're heading north of Golden Gate Parkway, just stick to 951, guys. It's really going to be the smoother option heading north to Immokalee Road. That morning rush is really underway as well on Immokalee Road heading towards the interstate westbound. And still seeing a crash, unfortunately, at Three Oaks and San Carlos. But some good news here. The delays have really decreased. So just a little tap on your brakes as you're passing through. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, after the pleasant start, it's going to be a hot afternoon, but all things considered, pretty quiet. A lot of sunshine, some clouds mix in. 90 degrees as we will be close to record highs. There is a slight chance for a quick stray shower, but most are dry. Few showers for your Thursday, overall pretty limited. Scattered storms as we highlight your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. More upper 80s for the weekend. Few showers Saturday, mainly south of the Caloosahatchee, with scattered rain and storms as well by Sunday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose full-at-the-bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America, and most importantly, vote. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
It is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel while you're there. It helps to keep us going. And typically right now we usually do the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. But I noticed that Herschel Walker's on the line with us right now. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, no. Thank you for having me on. How you doing there in Florida?
We are fantastic. It's nice. You know, it's starting to feel a little bit of coolness in the evening time. The weather's starting to change, obviously, with the season feeling pretty good. And hopefully we're going to be feeling good in a couple of more weeks, right, with the re-election of Donald Trump. Talk a little bit about, this election cycle and some of your thoughts about what has been happening with this president.
Well, this election cycle here is very, very important, and I want everyone to get out and vote, but I want people to realize the truth in what they're voting for. That's one reason I got involved. I got involved because, Donald Trump has been a good friend for over 30-something years to Herschel Walker. And I was sitting back not saying a word until I kept hearing the lies that was being told about this man from the Democratic Party. And I started looking things up myself, and I realized that the Democratic Party really hasn't done anything for the citizens of the United States. They've lied about this president here that was getting a lot of jobs, that was bringing a lot of jobs back to this country that was given away by the Democratic Party, and they were calling him a racist, and I knew he was not a racist. This is a man that worked extremely, extremely hard. This is a man that cares about people, even though he's very brass. There's no doubt. He's very straightforward. And he tweets a lot. He says a lot of things, but he don't do what he says. See what he does. Right. And what he does is he fights for America, and he's the guy that should be elected because right now we're fighting for American values. We're fighting for the right to freedom of speech. We're fighting for freedom of religion, and that's the honest truth. Right now, the Democratic Party is trying to take that away from people, and I don't think people realize that it's more than just a vote. During this election right here, this is an opportunity that we're trying to say that we're giving away the freedoms that America has worked for years, that people have died for. And this president here is trying to keep it. But you see it through by them wanting to give people stuff. Right now, they're talking about free. Well, let's be honest. There's nothing in life that is free. Why are they not talking about empowering this country, not giving people stuff, but empowering this country to be better? And that's what this president here will do it.
Yeah. I have to ask you your thoughts because, for many of us, we see the way this president has been attacked, but we also know how people treated him before he decided to be president. Here you are, you know him personally for, like you said, 30 some odd years. That's got to be tough. Do they not see the errors of their ways when at one moment in time they were his best friends, and then all of a sudden they turn?
Me in the African American community, I know a lot of African Americans that was there at a lot of functions that they continued to really, really like this man. And today I see them going out saying the mean things about him, and I know for a fact they absolutely love this man. They idolized him, and was very interesting. Have you seen a lot of the entertainers, a lot of the African-American people put down this country, that we're such a racist country, when yet they have made it, that you can't make it now, that this is what's happening, but Herschel Walker is here to tell you can make it. You have the American dream. Let's not let people fool you that you cannot make it today. We can make it today. African-American, Hispanic American, white American, we can make it. This is the greatest country in the world. One of the best pleasures I ever had is representing my country in the Olympics. Well, representing my country, I got a chance to meet, and I had a chance to meet, being an athlete, people from all over the world. Well, a lot of those athletes absolutely envy the United States of America because of the freedoms we have. Yeah. Well, this is what this president is doing right now. So that's what I want people to realize. This president is trying to keep those freedoms, but the Democratic Party is literally trying to take that away from us. They wanted us to be ran by the government. And let's think about it. I don't want the government raising my child. I don't want the government giving me food. You know, you heard Nancy Pelosi yesterday said that we're taking care of you when she was fighting with Wolf Blitzer.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get ready to play some of that audio. I couldn't believe. What were your thoughts? I mean, she was unhinged, Herschel. I couldn't believe what she was doing.
It is mean because it is wild because he was trying to say that the American people need the money. They're looking at their meals on their table. They're looking at trying to pay their rent, and she won't negotiate. But then yet they put it on this president. They blame this president because that's what everyone thinks. And I'm here to tell you guys that is not true. They do not want this guy in office because he's getting things done. For years, let's be honest, for years, they were not getting anything done. For years, they gave away jobs. China had all the jobs. But this president had bought back this economy. He bought back manufacturers. He bought back all this thing. And now you see Joe Biden said, Build Back Better. Yeah. But his Build Back Better plan is almost what this president is doing. Biden gave away everything. What do you mean Build Back Better? You're the one that gave it away, but now you want to fool us right now and make all these promises to America when you guys haven't held to a promise yet.
Yeah.
You know, the Democratic Party, people running for office haven't held to a promise yet, but I will give you credit for something. I think Florida had one of the best governors you can ever have right now that believes in law and order. Mm-hmm. I think he is absolutely an incredible governor, and I'm happy to see. I think Georgia got a great governor. These are people that believe in the American values. They believe in all the things that America stands for, and I think that's very important.
Yeah. And, we are truly blessed with just an amazing governor here in the state. I think we're blessed with a president who, if we're going to talk about providence, I might say there are certain individuals that are put in certain positions throughout history for times when they are needed. And I might say that, and I might be confident in saying that because of the things that we know now with this president that we would not have known if Hillary Clinton were the president in 2016. The things that have been happening for far too long without any pushback from someone like Donald Trump. And then on the other side, and you can speak to this directly as well, is the fact that we have things in our lives that are tangible right now with this president, with jobs in the economy. People know before the pandemic exactly what was happening. And if you were someone who could just step back for just a second and close your eyes, and no matter if you're Republican or Democrat, and say, how is my life right now? You know, and I know that everyone's life has improved under this president. It's just a fact.
No, it is a fact, and that's what I try to tell people to do.
Yeah,
is let's weigh those facts. Let's look at those facts. And you said something that's very, very important. There's many things that if he had not become president, we would not have known. We would not have known about this Russian was a hoax. We would not have known about many things that they were saying is not the truth. Mm-hmm. Everything that they were trying to put on this president were things that they were doing. Yeah. They tried to put it on this president, and now let's go to the jobs. You look at the job, the economy that had moved because of this president here, because of the way his approach to things. I'm not saying that this country was ran terrible, because this country was ran well, but we were losing so many manufacturing jobs where this president is bringing them back. You look, and one of the things I think people need to think about, and I said, guys, think about this, and this is interesting. This president, and people don't even talk about this, has been nominated for 4 Nobel Peace Prize, for 4 Nobel Peace Prize by 4 different countries that don't have a dog in this fight. They don't have a dog in this fight, but they nominated him for 4. That has never been done, and people don't even talk about that. They don't even talk about that. The only thing they talk about is the coronavirus. But let's talk about that. Even today, the World Health Organization has changed their ruling now that shutting down is not a good idea.
Yeah.
And then they don't really understand this virus, and nobody talks about how many lives this president may have saved by closing down travel. Yeah. They don't talk about how quickly a vaccine may be coming. They don't talk about this president talking about now, since he caught the virus, there may be something out there to make people better, and he's talking about giving it to people, whether anyone likes it or not. He's talking about trying to help. He's not talking about, no, don't take the vaccination. No, don't do this here. Everything is bad. Well, have they talked about the mental health that may be affected by this coronavirus, that we got to learn to deal with it? Have they talked about spousal abuse that may have been affected by this coronavirus? Have they talked about kids being abused, child abuse that they report at school because of this coronavirus? Have they talked about suicide that may have picked up? Have they talked about any other things that have been affected because we're shutting this country down?
Yep.
There's more to it than just saying the death, and no one should die. No one should die. But they don't talk about what this president may have done that may have saved so many other lives. They only talk about the negative because they want people to go to the voting booth being emotional. And I'm trying to say, guys, let's go to the voting booth and vote for America values, meaning our freedom. And that's what this president stands for, is our freedom of speech. Right now, if you say you like this president, somebody may beat you up. Someone may get upset with you.
I know. It's crazy.
We don't have there's no law and order now. People don't want law and order. They're getting people out of jail for breaking the law. Well, guys, that's not America.
No, there's no doubt. Herschel Walker joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We've got to run. I appreciate a few minutes of your time. I'm getting somebody texting me on the other side of the glass. They're saying there's a game Saturday that people might want to. So is there a game going on Saturday? What's happening?
There is a game going on.
Wait, what is it? Is it who's playing on Saturday, Herschel? Who is that?
Play the great University of Georgia, so I think everybody going to be keyed into that game. That is going to be a great, great game, and you know who I'm picking.
No, I don't. No, please, Herschel, tell us who you think is who are you picking.
Well, you know what's so funny? It's going to be a great game. Yeah. I'm hoping that Alabama, because of the Ole Miss game last week, they're going to be a little bit exhausted. Yeah. But I think Georgia's going to go out and Georgia's going to be ready to play. I think they've been waiting for Alabama. They're going to be ready to play. Coach Smart got that team ready. That defense Georgia got is ready to play. I think right now, for the first time, Georgia got a couple of receivers. They got a bunch of them that can catch the ball. If we can get the ball in their hand, they're going to make something happen. The down people are going to play a big role, the big guys down front, the offensive line and the defensive line who can control that. But one of the things I think will be interesting is these may be your two teams that end up playing each other in the SEC championship game. Yeah. Is who go even farther.
Well, we will see. A big game and also a big election. Yes, the biggest election of our lifetime because there's that much at stake. We know it. And Herschel Walker joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, I appreciate a few minutes. Hope we can do this again soon. God bless. All the best.
Hey, thank you. God bless everyone there in Florida.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. There he goes. Herschel Walker joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Yeah, there's a lot at stake. And there's something to be said about what he was talking about with regard to here you are. You're Herschel Walker. You've known Donald Trump for 30 some odd years. You know him personally. And then you see how he was treated before he decided to run for president. And then to watch the people that you know flip just like that, all of a sudden hate this man that just a few weeks before they loved is sad. It's probably tough to watch too, because you know it's not genuine. All right. Well, this is certainly genuine. The fact that we do the pledge, the Zoom Pledge of Allegiance, each and every Friday right after the program. So we hope that you will join us. And it's simple. All you have to do is text the letters USA right now to 239-479-5592. And we'll send you a link so that you can join us. We have veterans who join us. We have families joining us. It's great to see all your faces. If you remember last week, we had South Trail Fire who was there, who started the pledge for us, and we had the helicopter fly over. It was amazing. So if you take a few minutes out of your day and join us, we'd be honored and really appreciate it. All right, we'll find out more hopefully soon about the president. Is he coming to visit Southwest Florida on Friday? Details, we're still looking for those, and hopefully we'll have more of that to discuss tomorrow. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a fantastic day. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along, and right now, along with traffic, let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
Pleasant morning, hot afternoon, 90 degrees with a mixture of sunshine and clouds, slight chance of rain, but most of us will be dry. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The 2020 election plays out here.
Stand up and fight those powers that be.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Heroes nowadays can be anyone. And no, they don't.